This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
With a detailed agent directory you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Looking for a listing agent's contact info? We've got it. The agent with the most sales in your price range? Easy. Specialized agents with all the up-to-date info on your dream neighborhood? We'll know them. A Pisces who enjoys long walks on the beach? You've got other sites for that. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
DSW, birthplace of the humble brag. Here, the shoes are so good, no one would ever know how little you paid. If you didn't go telling everyone, that is. And with never-ending options for every style, mood, and occasion, all at really great prices, we'll definitely give you something to brag about. So go ahead, stock up on fresh sneakers from your favorite brands, or try those boots you always secretly knew you could pull off. Find the shoes that get you at prices that get your budget at DSW stores or at DSW.com. Let us surprise you.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, a new study found that being a parent desensitizes you to, quote, gross stuff. Parents are way less to be bothered by things like poop and puke because they've seen it so many times. And as a parent, I say, yeah, but make no mistake, the poop and puke and the other stuff that I'm desensitized to revolves solely around my kids. For example, I saw the birth of my children. There's a lot going on down there that I did not expect, and I would do it again if it is my kid. We go to Canada, where a taxi driver, he's rightfully being hailed a hero after helping a stranger deliver her baby in the back seat of his cab. Now, beautiful story, sure, until you get to the cleanup part. They didn't bother to cover that, but that's a bad scene, my brother. Let me tell you, I've seen it myself. Now, in addition to parents, you'd have to think that, I don't know, doctors and farmers are probably desensitized to the world of gross until they're not. A farmer in Wisconsin, he spent 45 minutes trapped in a 12-foot deep cow manure pit. Now, the good news is he was only trapped in 9 of the 12 feet. The bad news is he was trapped in 9 feet of cow poop. And it's not an experience that he would like to repeat. And then, of course, there's being a cop. We go to Vermont, where police got a call about some idiot stole a pair of pants. Normally would not be a big deal, but when they arrived on the scene, the pants thief, he was somehow covered in poop, making the situation just so much worse than it needed to be, but you still got to arrest the guy and put his ass in the back of your police car. And in Pennsylvania, residents of one town, they were trying to figure out why it smelled so bad outside. Well, turns out it was the stench from the rotten chicken parts that spilled out of a truck and dragged on for a full mile. Well, somebody had 1 mile of rotten chicken parts to clean up, but look, we've all been there, man. Sometimes, I don't know if there's a drop ceiling. Maybe it rains maggots, or you try to figure out what that smell is, and you got dead animals in your drywall. Maybe it's a colostomy bag mishap, or like we said at the top, maybe you're just a parent. But today we're talking about the world of cleaning up. Look, it's one thing to discover a mess, but that mess becomes something different when you are on the hook for having to clean it up. So today's question, brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration, is: what is the biggest mess you've ever had to clean up?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. Send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com, and now watch the show live on YouTube at KISW Rock.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
At Homes.com, we do whatever it takes to get you the in-depth info on local schools you won't find anywhere else. Things like student-teacher ratio, test scores, and school programs. And sometimes that requires attending school recitals. So many recitals.
That's my son. Isn't he terrific?
Yeah, a real prodigy. Homes.com.
Ding dong.
We've done your homework.
DSW, birthplace of the humble brag. Here, the shoes are so good, no one would ever know how little you paid. If you didn't go telling everyone, that is. And with never-ending options for every style, mood, and occasion, all at really great prices, we'll definitely give you something to brag about. So go ahead, stock up on fresh sneakers from your favorite brands, or try those boots you always secretly knew you could pull off. Find the shoes that get you at prices that get your budget at DSW stores or at DSW.com. Let us surprise you.
It's always amazing to see how quickly your child grows, and I'm not just talking about their height. From those early babbles to full-on storytelling, getting to watch how their ideas, creativity, and confidence develop over the years is honestly pretty incredible. Sometimes they surprise you with what they come up with, and Lego bricks can be right there with them through all of those stages. It's not just a toy, it's a full creative building journey that keeps evolving as they do. Lego Sets Play starts as early as 1.5 with Lego Duplo, the bigger bricks designed for little hands that are just starting to explore and build. Then around age 4, kids transition to the smaller Lego bricks, and suddenly you're watching real structures take shape, real ideas form, and their imagination really take off. They begin with simple stacking, but over time they grow into full-on creators, building worlds, stories, and things you never would have expected. That's the kind of magic of Lego bricks. You're not buying a phase, you're starting a journey. Learn more and start building today with Lego bricks.
Debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Oh, but y'all, away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4,467. What a large and in charge program we have for you. Guaranteed future repeat. Once again, we'll be joined by Steve Miggs, Taryn Daly from the Daily Miggs Morning Show. Today on Sit and Spin, we're going to go back 50 years. The Seattle Seahawks are 50 years old. They are playing in the Super Bowl on Sunday. We're going to go back to 50 years in the world of rock to see what songs were popular when the Seahawks first debuted in the NFL in 1976. All right.
It's the same year that Taxi Driver came out. The Omen, Carrie, and Rocky. Just give you some perspective.
Yeah.
So if they seem like they're really old, well, your Seahawks are the Eagles, Hotel California, and single. Mm-hmm. That was big. Boston's debut album. Stevie Wonder's songs in the Key of Life, and of course everyone's favorite, Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah. Also, pretty well the beginning of the disco era. To some degree.
70s, absolutely.
To some degree. Sure. And not only that, man, but growing up as a kid, I was 5 years old at the time. And there were certain things that were kind of iconic that you either tried to collect, you looked forward to Christmas because of all the NFL stuff that was in the Sears catalog. Mm-hmm. So you could get kind of like a replica helmet with a jersey that looked like ass.
Those cheap-ass perforated jerseys.
I had a Jim Zorn jersey back in the day, believe it or not. But you would order this stuff. I had bed sheets. I think they had matching curtains.
Oh, they did.
Because my mom got me the whole set, which was awesome. But that also included, the Seattle Seahawks and
Tampa Bay
Buccaneers. And they were new teams. So even when you went, I don't know, to your local Kmart, to whatever your department store was, they always had those little quarter machines that had the bouncy balls.
I was going to say, I went through a lot because I had 26 teams. And
I had little helmets in there.
A lot of my parents' money is very important to me to get all the teams. And the idea of the NFL expanding, to me as a child, I'm like, this is insane. So the Seahawks and the Buccaneers, I got kind of lucky. I want to say maybe out of the 12 quarters my parents gave me over a period of months, not like all at once.
Right.
But I managed to get the Seahawks and the Buccaneers to complete my collection, and my father was the happiest because keep in mind, a quarterback then is probably like $2.50 now, but they knew how important it was to me. When I got those helmets, man, it's like you would invite your friends over, like, oh, wow, man.
And believe it or not, you knew I knew every team.
Yeah.
I had pennants that I had that were basically in a circle on my wall. So I collected these things. And to me, you have the old school logos, you have all that stuff. But believe it or not, I thought the creamsicle Tampa Bay uniforms were cooler than hell.
Oh, they were awesome.
I thought the logo was badass. Mm-hmm. You got a Buccaneer with a knife in its mouth.
I still think it's cooler than the one they have now. And the one they have now is cool, just not as cool.
And to me, that's what the Lightning came out when I said they dressed up as a football team in pads.
Did they do that
for the outdoor games? They wore those creamsicles.
Yeah. Dude, they're badass.
They had Baker walk them out.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And to me, the Seahawks, at that point in time, they had the coolest uniforms in my mind.
Well, the helmet was badass.
The logo's badass.
There was nothing like it.
The colors were cool. All that stuff. I mean, I would just collect all kinds of different NFL stuff. I had football cards, I had everything else.
Do they still do the little helmets? I don't know because I don't bother to look. But the idea is teams keep updating their helmets now. So even if you had the original Hawks and Buccaneers, right, you have to go back and you'd have to get the updated ones. Right. The Patriots, I remember that one threw me for a loop. If you like the Houston Texans, you need like 27 of them. Apparently, they just wear a different helmet for every game. I don't know if they still sell those things, but if they do, and the kid's into it, it's worth the quarters, man.
And it took a little time to actually see those teams. I mean, the John McKay era Buccaneers were so bad. They had good players.
They lost every game for 2 seasons straight.
They did have some good draft picks. They did okay. They were just a building organization. And back then, you couldn't go and get 2 players from each team.
They didn't have free agency. So you literally built your team.
You had to start from scratch.
Yeah, free agency started, I want to say like mid-'80s maybe. And that's why when they talk about these historic franchises, right? The Steelers and the Cowboys and the Raiders of the 70s, I'm like, right, because if you had good players on your team, they played their 9 to 12 seasons. The teams that are impressive now are somewhat, and I hate to say like the Patriots or the Chiefs, like because they change players in and out all the time. If you were good back in the day, you were good until your
when the
players
Vegas
retired.
Golden Knights got a team. They got a couple players from each team. Same with the Kraken. But that world did not exist.
Nope.
And remember, the Golden Knights got there their first year, but then they changed some of those rules.
Changed
That's
the
why
rules
the
because the
Kraken
Knights did so well.
Didn't do as well as Vegas did. But yeah, we'll go back 50 years, 10 songs that are as old as the Seahawks. We're going to play the tune. And if you're old enough, see if you either recognize the song or recognize the band. As we'll sit and spin coming up at 4:30.
I just love it. It's going to be a sports week. But you talk about John McKay when he's coaching that Buccaneers team.
Yeah.
They asked him about the execution of his team. He said, I'm in favor of it.
Exactly.
Damn.
Well, the defense was good. The defense was good. For a while there, they had but we didn't see the teams. I mean, you did in Seattle. But, I mean, I always wanted to watch the Seahawks and the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
But they were so bad, up until, my God, I mean, maybe the Doug Williams era of Tampa Bay with, like, Dewey Selman, Leroy Selman, maybe the Hugh Green
I
years.
think it was after Doug Williams.
Yeah.
Because they didn't give him love till he won a Super Bowl. Then all of a sudden people
the other problem is where we live, the Seahawks were in the AFC.
Yeah, you weren't
They weren't good. So, like...
Yeah, you didn't
But
get
they
the
had players.
broadcast.
They had Jim Zorn. They had a bunch of good players. But it wasn't really until, like, the Brian Bosworth era.
Yeah, honestly.
Where we got to see, the Seahawks more regularly, like that Monday night game with Bo
I was going
Jackson.
to say, you had to hope they were going to be on Sunday night or Monday night to see them.
I don't even know if Sunday Night Football existed yet, man.
Yeah.
Seriously. It was Monday Night Football or bust. And the only time you'd see teams outside of your conference even is when you watch the halftime show of Monday Night Football, right? And the equivalent of the 3 fastest minutes.
You got to see
something.
all the highlights finally.
That was it. But you didn't see a game.
That's why I was allowed to stay up on Monday night until halftime. Every other night I had to be in bed by 9:30. But on Monday night I get to watch Howard and Dandy Don Meredith and whoever else was in the booth at the time. I can't exactly remember.
OJ was there for a hot minute.
Yeah, it was. I was just doing the halftime show.
OJ was on Monday night? I thought
For
he
a
was
little
just
while.
Sunday guy. He definitely was on CBS for years.
I think he did Monday night for a hot minute. Because Monday night it was Howard Cosell, and then they ran through, like I said, Dandy Don was there for a hot minute, but otherwise, they just ran through guys constantly.
Yeah. I mean, Dennis Miller was
I was
going
to say, Dennis Miller did Monday Night Football.
And on to the question. We're going to talk about messes today. This should be no shock to anyone.
Back to OJ.
Ask a non-parent to change a diaper, and there's a good chance they'll gag. But seasoned parents are tempered in that stuff.
I never changed a diaper until I had a child. I mean, even if hey, man, could you change my kid's diaper? Even if you're in a pinch, I'll do the thing that you're in a pinch for, but I'm not changing the kid's diaper.
Yeah. No, look, any 19, 20-year-old woman that is involved in childcare, daycare, works at a daycare center, whatever, zero interest in having children. Zero.
Okay.
You take a dog, at that age now things change over time.
Sure.
But at that era of time, there's no interest in your life of ever having kids because you are changing, 20 different kids' diapers a day,
But
multiple
just
times
sneezed
a day.
on, puked on.
You got to figure out who
bled on.
pooped with 20 kids in there.
And that's the difference. At least in your household with your kids, with me, one of the two of them pooped, you can usually guess, right?
Right.
You got 20 kids, you smell it, and honestly, and it sounds so stupid, but you'd walk into daycare to grab your kid, and they're like mid-sniff on the kid's ass. You know, they're holding the kid up, and you understand what they're doing because you're like, somebody pooped, and they're like, we don't know who.
Not only that, remember, they got a Niagara Falls running out of their face.
Constantly.
Every single kid in there is sick. They've all given each other their own diseases. They've got boogers. They've got snot, green snot running out of their nose.
And it's always green. Like, you might get a runny nose
breathe.
now, but generally, when you have a runny nose, it's just clear. I don't know what it is with kids. Whenever runny nose, it's like a lime jello shot. It is unreal.
A new study found once you've been a parent for a while, gross stuff doesn't seem so gross anymore.
It can't be.
Also with senior care. Now,
I'm not ready to cross that threshold, brother.
Once you've done the kid thing, then there's another element that exists, and I kind of became aware of this situation when I went back home for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Now, granted, my grandmother is 99 years old. My mom is
sure.
76 years old, somewhere in there. But my mom had gotten up early. It was Thanksgiving morning. She had gotten up, and she had just started putting together some of the dinner items.
Yeah.
Just mixing the stuffing, getting that ready to go, doing all her things before, so that it wouldn't be a big rush at the end. But I think she was up for 2 or 3 hours, and then probably went to bed around 9 in the morning just to take a quick nap. Now, at this point in time, my grandmother, my grandmother, who's 99 years old, she wakes up.
Yeah.
Okay, she needs help getting out of the bed. She needs help getting to her walker. She needs help going to the bathroom, all these different things.
I will do 2 of those 3 things.
My mom is asleep, all right? My grandmother also has
Mom, get up!
A very full diaper. She has a very full diaper when she wakes up and stands up, so much to the point it's falling off of her.
Right.
Now, I don't know how many people have seen a 99-year-old woman naked, but I have. And I'm still trying to process this as I get a big plate of food for Thanksgiving, which is one of my favorite meals of the year. This is burned into my brain now.
Yeah.
I cannot get this.
Yeah.
And it's just a 99-year-old naked woman. All right, that was a new one for me.
It's like a strip of bacon with a belly button, man. I mean, nobody wants to see that.
It's also odd just because it's them.
Right, it's your grandma.
It is.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I mean, I helped change a diaper on my, niece once when she was little.
Fine.
Yeah. But you're like, it's a little kid. But, with my mom, luckily when she crapped her pants, my sister took care of it because she was too embarrassed. But, even just helping her puke it and stuff, it's weird. It's like talking to a kid, but I'm like, that is my mom. Now, my dad, I had to help him a few times.
Right. I can
when
help
I would
my
visit,
parents.
my brother was like, you're on it.
Oh, my mother seems to have this idea that, if your father passes first, I could live in your basement. I'm like, you could. You could do that. I don't know who told you that.
But your brother's got a real big, nice house.
He's got a big, sweet house, and you know what? Yeah. His mother-in-law lives with them
closer to relatives?
Closer to all the relatives. He doesn't have kids, and I'm like, man, you need to talk to your oldest son, right?
He's loaded.
He's got a ton of money. Like I said, doesn't have kids.
He's never home because he works all the time.
Right? Everything about this go there, but she thinks that she should be with me, and I'm like, look, man, I don't want to have to change her diapers and all that crap, right? And she's like, I did it for you. And I said, Mom, I want you to realize something. Much like my kids were my choice to have children, I was your decision. At no point did anyone ask me, do you want to change the diapers of an elderly woman? And just so you know, should anyone ask, no. Now, when we agree to have kids, it's not that you want to change diapers or have snot on you or have them, but
yes.
I understood, I respected, and I accepted that this is going to be my life. Now, I will say, they're both teenagers now. They don't do things like crap their pants and all this. And it's freaking awesome.
One thing I noticed, and I don't know where the cutoff is because I'm never going to make it to 99, but there is a point in your life where you do not have a solid bowel movement anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was there this morning.
I had the unmistakable smell of lifting the lid on the diaper genie for my grandmother in the bathroom.
Oh.
And if you
that genie needs to work harder.
That diaper genie does the best it possibly can under the circumstances, but it can't. It's not a miracle.
It's a genie that says I can't even grant you a wish.
I'll try, but man, this is better than you would expect.
Right.
And I started twisting that thing, man. And I know that world. I've done it many times. It was just. It's different when it's an adult over your own child. That is all it is.
But adults eat adult food.
Yeah.
One thing we even say this about little kids when they go from eating baby food, then they start eating solid food. But when they start eating solid food, they're still rocking diapers. And you can tell the difference because now it doesn't smell like baby ass anymore. It just smells like straight up ass.
Mm-hmm.
It does, because they're eating what you eat, and now they process it the way you process it.
I will say, though, when you say adults eat adult food, but it kind of reverts back to it.
It does.
Oh, yeah, my mom
mushier.
basically eats like yogurt and goldfish.
Right. And Ted, there's an
Right. And she's got a
goldfish
drink.
to bind it.
Well, again, right, like she's got some you know what I mean? Like early onset.
Sure.
So like she kind of sometimes just doesn't even think to eat.
Oh, Jesus.
So you got to remind her, and you got to give her like the little Ensure kind of protein shakes. But you're right.
Yeah.
None of it comes out solid. And Miles is right, too. Like, obviously, she wears diapers at this point. That she'd kill me if she knew I was saying this. But I don't know what came out. The funk in that bathroom.
Yeah.
I mean, I changed that trash can in my bathroom, which I don't change that often. It's usually just Q-tips. I'll change it daily.
So just like a child, okay? So we get the new undergarment on. All right.
Yeah.
Grandma starts walking around.
How long does it take you to get her out of the dirty diaper and get the new undergarment?
Well, the other one just basically fell off on the floor because it was so full. You know, it's like thump. It's like this giant ball of stuff.
Yes.
God, if you've ever had a kid, you know. All right, they might blow one up their back. You know, they're smiling at you and everything else, and you methodically clean this child of yours that you've created, and as soon as you are done changing their diaper and putting their onesie back on and making sure everything's taken care of, they will S again. That's what happened when I was back home at Thanksgiving.
Oh, no.
So it's like...
But Grandma did.
You're not done. You know what I mean? It's just, you might have to go do this again. Thankfully, I was not in charge around two. But
you changed her out and she just pooped again?
It's just like when you feed your kid, right? Whether they're on Enfamil or breast milk or whatever, there is an unmistakable chalky smell to when they throw up all over. You got this bottle down, man. You've spent 10 to 15 minutes feeding this kid. Kids kind of closing their eyes. You put them up to burping, but all of a sudden, man, it just shoots all over the back of the couch and almost hits the wall.
All of it.
Then you need to start from square one again. You need to get another bottle because the kid basically has not eaten.
Yeah.
But it's all over you. And I that smell is something that you will never forget. If I ever have a grandkid, I will know that smell immediately.
Of course you know. And part of it, too, you get to a point where you just stop changing your clothes. You just don't care anymore. Like, you go to the bar, you're kind of haggard. So I'm like, dude, you got to stay in under. It's breast milk. I'm like, yeah, my kid puked it. Look, I can only change my clothes so many times a day. And there comes a point where you stop caring. Hey, man, there's something in your beard. It's breast milk, man. Because the kid puked on my face. Ted, I did what I could to wipe it off. I don't care anymore.
I rarely hold a newborn. And my one cousin, man, I mean, that baby was 4 months old. And it was like as soon as I put her on my shoulder, kind of against me, same thing. And I was just like, what is that?
Well, my kid could barely
and then
turn
I came into work and Miles went, that's your cousin's breast milk. Well, so it's been 5 days. Somehow you made it work.
We used to have this thing called a burp rag, like a burp towel you put on your shoulder. And I will never forget it, man. I'm burping my kid. My kid can she's like a bobblehead at that time, could barely move her freaking head. I got the towel there. I'm good, man. And she's going to shoot all over my back. She just turns and looks at me and goes, blah, right in my face. Right in my face.
And then you use the rag to clean up your face.
Because it was supposed to be on my shoulder. What is the biggest mess that you ever had to clean up? 206-803-ROCK.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Hold up, we got one play. Everything we work for comes down to this.
Quick question. Speaking of workouts, how would you rate your athletic program?
Bro, we're in the middle of the state championship.
Oh, so like a B+ then?
Dude, get out of our huddle.
Well, at Homes.com, we leave it all on the field to get you detailed information on local schools.
Off the field.
Off the field. Copy. All right, go sports.
How'd he even get in here?
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Come to DSW for the shoes, stay for the fun. Because, let's be honest, if shoe shopping isn't fun, are you even doing it right? So go ahead, try something new. Try something different. Good different. Try something that feels like you. You know, the real you. And then definitely brag about it later. Because at DSW, you've got unlimited freedom to play. Find the shoes that get you at prices that get your budget at DSW stores or at DSW.com. Let us surprise you.
It's always amazing to see how quickly your child grows, and I'm not just talking about their height. From those early babbles to full-on storytelling, getting to watch how their ideas, creativity, and confidence develop over the years is honestly pretty incredible. Sometimes they surprise you with what they come up with, and Lego bricks can be right there with them through all of those stages. It's not just a toy, it's a full creative building journey that keeps evolving as they do. Lego Sets Play starts as early as 1.5 with Lego Duplo, the bigger bricks designed for little hands that are just starting to explore and build. Then around age 4, kids transition to the smaller Lego bricks, and suddenly you're watching real structures take shape, real ideas form, and their imagination really take off. They begin with simple stacking, but over time they grow into full-on creators, building worlds, stories, and things you never would have expected. That's the kind of magic of Lego bricks. You're not buying a phase, you're starting a journey. Learn more and start building today with Lego bricks.
As a woman entrepreneur, you know that every connection counts, whether it's with your customers, your team, or your community. Spectrum Business is here to help you build those connections stronger and faster. Imagine running your business with fast, reliable, fiber-powered internet so you can stay connected to customers, employees, and vendors without having to worry. We know flexibility matters. That's why select Spectrum Business packages come with a 3-year price guarantee, so you can focus on running your business. Plus, enjoy savings on internet, phone, TV, and mobile services when you bundle, all with a 30-day money-back guarantee and no long-term contracts. With Spectrum Business, you get more than just internet. You get support with 100% U.S.-based customer service. Real people who understand small business, ready 24/7 to help you stay up and running. Join millions of business owners like you across America who trust Spectrum Business for reliability, speed, and support. Visit spectrum.com/business today to get started. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
What is the biggest mess you've ever had to clean up? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Dylan. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola!
Hola!
All right. So I was in the Navy for 6 years, and I was on a submarine for 4. And we were on our way back from the North Pole. And we were ready to see the sun, have a good time. And someone lined up to blow the sanitaries overboard. Wrong. And so we blew poop all over the submarine. And I remember I was just getting off watch, and I was getting ready to go to bed because it was my bedtime. And I knew it was happening, so I grabbed a couple file folders and I put some important acronyms on it that didn't actually mean anything, and I looked stressed out, so I ran straight to my bed, so I didn't have to try to help clean it up, and I went right to bed. But the next morning they made an announcement, woke everyone up, and was like, "Hey, you gotta clean all this poop that had gotten to literally every crack and crevice there is."
You're saying on the inside of the sub.
Yeah. Normally we blow it.
Well, I know normally you blow it out, man. I'm saying how is there even the possibility? It's a submarine. This is poop.
Yeah.
What goes wrong? Like I said, if I'm designing a submarine to the best of my engineering ability, the one thing that could never happen is that the poop, when you're letting it go, goes into the submarine.
Well, you'd like to think that. My submarine's 80 or 40 years old. And it's everyone thinks that they're old people operating it, but it's really just a bunch of 20-something-year-olds who are sleep deprived and running off of nicotine and caffeine. So it's just
what were you doing?
You did it wrong.
What were you doing up there at the North Pole? Were you helping out Santa Claus?
I did. I got a picture with him.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, helping deliver the.
He always just drops stuff.
Deliver toys.
I never saw him. It's pretty badass.
Did anyone find out who specifically is responsible for blasting poop inside? All right, what's the punishment for that?
He got super yelled at, and he didn't live it down for the next 2.5 years. Every single time he had someone with him making sure he did it right. Yeah, kind of held it over his head. It was fun.
How long did the smell stay?
Say it again.
How long was the stench? The smell. I mean, after you clean it up,
it's not like you just pop open a window.
No, it stunk for about a month. And then every time, like, we ran the diesel, you could smell it again. Oh. Anything that kind of got hot every once in a while, you could smell it.
Couldn't you just surface and open up the port?
Or something.
That's what we did.
You did?
That's what we did.
Okay.
I mean, is there anything like Febreze down there? I mean,
are you allowed to like go up?
Aerosols.
Are you allowed to like go up and look out like the Hunt for Red October? You know what I mean? Like if you got that.
Yeah, I did that a couple times. It was actually really fun.
I would bet.
So
it was nice.
But I will say the one thing I like about your story, you pulled a move that I would move, and I always argue this. Walk fast, look busy and annoyed, and people don't bother you, even if you have nothing to do. But I like that you even wrote acronyms, just so everyone's like, all right, don't mess with Dylan. He's obviously going to do something.
What weird stuff did you hear down there?
Like, I heard a bunch of fish farts, whales.
Could you start identifying, like, the different, like a whale, I'm just guessing that was a deep rumbling. But could you identify roughly the size of a fish based on the fart?
I wasn't a sonar guy, so I didn't listen to it that much. But every so I'm sure they could. They were pretty good sonar guys.
How often are they hearing fish farts? I mean, the ocean is full of fish. They got to fart all the time, right? So I mean, is it just like constant background noise?
Yeah.
So that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Just basically listening to fish go to the bathroom. See, I figured they'd listen to the Russian subs or something.
You try, but if you're not listening to them, all the background noise is fish fart. How come they don't put that in the TV ads?
Man, that would be tough. I don't know if I could do the submarine thing.
That's brutal.
I have a hard enough time with the darkness of Seattle.
I mean, I could because I have to, but I would not want to, right? I mean, it's not like you can just jump overboard, put yourself on a torpedo.
Dude, you might be tall enough that you wouldn't even have to.
6'4". Where's their cutoff-ish? Because I was told, like, not that there was any chance of me being a fighter pilot.
It depends on the sub.
When I was a child, you're like, yeah, of course you want to be like Top Gun. And once I hit like 6'1" or something, my father was like, that's how. And like I said, did not devastate any dreams.
6'1" to 6'4". I need lifts in my shoes, dude. I'm 6 feet.
So wait, what's the cutoff? 6'1"?
They generally prefer recruits under 6'1" for subs.
Boom!
There's been taller people that have served, but
yeah.
Well, you're going to be on an aircraft carrier.
You would just have to duck constantly, so it's like
what I would do is hurt my head. Let's just.
But look, even on an aircraft carrier, if you've ever toured any type of military, boat,
got to duck.
Once you get down in the hull of the boat,
right?
I mean, those stairways are narrow. They are steep. There are like metal boxes everywhere, and all the technical stuff.
But you can escape it if you need to. I can go outside and just get a breath of fresh air and not hit my head on something.
It also says just like the bunks are so small, like you'd be crunched up in there.
Cool. All right, I'm digging it.
The constant ducking sucks, and then life vest, like it's all made for people just shorter.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Send the little people out.
There you go. The tinier you are, the more you serve.
You don't have to call them little people.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's more ideal.
Yeah.
I mean, because you got plenty of head clearance now. There's no way you're scouting.
I can't do
yourself.
it, man. Love to serve, but I can't do it.
Right. Mm-hmm. What's for dinner? Short ribs?
Wait, who was the guy named? Was it David Robinson?
Correct, but his was deferred.
I know it was deferred, but brother, how tall was he before he got deferred, right? I mean,
so the other thing is, I think David Robinson had a massive growth spurt while he was at the Naval Academy.
Okay, because like he was not a small man by anyone's standard.
I might be wrong, but I want to say he grew 4 or 5 inches in college when he was at the academy.
Oh.
So it was
like
they're
just looking at him like, bro, like you got no future in this.
And they could tell how good he was going to be. So it's like you're not going to have to serve, which the grand scheme I think is fine.
Well, yeah. I think he did okay for himself.
Well, he just needs to find a job where he can reach tall things.
There you go.
What is the biggest mess you've ever had to clean up? 206-803-ROCK.
Also, one of the greatest nicknames, the Admiral.
And it's a cool nickname. And it helps that you're in the Navy.
Was he an admiral?
No. Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely not. You met an admiral from the Navy. He's like, I'm quitting my job.
Well, look, man, when you graduate from the Naval Academy, you come out an officer.
Miles is correct.
He's an officer.
I just don't know what level of officer.
An admiral, you're kind of top dog, so he wasn't that.
Okay. All right.
Hello, Jennifer. Welcome to the men's room.
Hi.
Hola.
So, picture a nice spring evening. You're watching TV. All of a sudden, you smell the smell. And my mom goes, "What was that? Is that the dog? Is the dog farting?" And we are like, "No, the dog's not even here." A couple weeks later, keep smelling that smell. And what was it? Well, we had hid some Easter eggs earlier that, month, and one of them was hidden inside the little pocket on the Barcalounger. And so we opened it up, and inside was a rotten egg with a ton of maggots.
Oh! I'm assuming this was a hard-boiled egg at one point in time?
Yes, it was a hard-boiled egg that we hid for Easter. And
why did you hide them indoors? I mean, like, just the number one rule.
Outside. It was raining outside.
I know, man. I'd be like, kids, put on a raincoat. Listen, if they're plastic eggs full of crap, fine. Hide them in the house.
That was the last time we ever did real eggs. We did plastic eggs with change after that.
How many weeks had passed since Easter before you guys finally found this? And did you suspect at all that it was a lost egg before you found it?
No, we seriously thought that the dog was just having an upset stomach constantly. It was an old dog. It smelled like farts.
Maybe an unpopular opinion. I think the entire festivities around the holiday of Easter suck. They're fine. Like an Easter egg roll in the yard or hiding eggs. Like when I was a kid, I was like, I just want Christmas, man. I don't need any of this stuff.
I think the Easter egg hiding was cool. The kids got real excited.
Didn't like jelly beans.
No,
I didn't mind the
candy's
chocolate
terrible.
egg.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, there was
not
really a lot to it.
It's not as big as Christmas, but get the basket in the morning. And then
it wasn't a big thing. You don't do anything. You just open gifts. The Easter egg, look, Easter itself, I'm fairly indifferent to. But when I had kids, I'm like, look, there's two things they like. They want to open their gifts on Christmas because that's what kids want to do. And the Easter egg hunt. They did not care about anything else at Easter because you'd hide them outside. And look, man, it could be a quarter. It could be like a Reese's cup. But to them, this is gold.
We had Peeps, and I hated Peeps.
No, we did not give our kids Peeps.
We
loved our kids.
We had jelly beans, all this stuff that I just didn't like. And jelly beans have gotten better over the years.
The Starburst ones.
But back then, jelly beans were just okay.
But they just kind of sucked.
But that's not a parent thinking correctly. To me, like the Halloween candy I buy and the Easter candy we buy is also candy I like, right? So, the kids getting Reese's peanut butter cups. It's because Dad likes Reese's peanut butter cups.
What did you tell me about jelly beans the other day? It was like either how long it takes to make them or...
Oh God! Well, there was
you would not want to eat jelly beans after hearing this tidbit of information.
Mike, I can't even tell you what to Google. I might have it back on my desk, but it's like one of these things. I'm just reading random trivia bits, typically for Big Dummy, whatever, and something amazing. Like I don't know if it was
it takes 30 days
time, the amount of like water. It was something real like for a jelly bean. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, you don't want to know what that thing does when it hits your stomach. What is the biggest mess that you've ever had to clean up? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Amy. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So the biggest mess I had to clean up was back when I was working at this health food grocery store in Tacoma back in the 90s. And I was in charge of all the bulk products, and one of which was maple syrup that we had. And I was
bulk maple syrup?
Yeah, so you had like the pour spout, and you had like little bottles that you could fill them up with and whatnot. Right. And I was putting the maple syrup on the shelf in the container, but the lid popped off, and I dropped all 5 gallons of pure organic maple syrup all over the bulk room floor, splattered everywhere. Everything had to be taken out, like all the individual bottles, all the other bins. Everything.
Even then, what was? Because that's not cheap.
No, it's not cheap.
So what was it? How much was that?
This was $500 worth of maple syrup, and that was 27 years ago.
And you sell that to a restaurant, I'm assuming, like that goes to a Denny's or wherever.
Because people who come in, the health food store, so it's like they would want to just buy a little portion of maple syrup, and then you'd put it in the bottle, and you just did it by weight. So whoever wanted it, but. Yeah, it came to us in like a big 5-gallon bucket, and then we put it in the container with like the pour spout and everything. And it was just my clumsiness when I was putting it back on the shelf, and it just spilled and splattered everywhere.
I got to think one of the most frustrating things about that is because it's maple syrup, right? So unlike water or something less viscous, like it's this very slow-moving thing that you can't do anything about.
Yeah.
You're just, like if it takes 10 minutes to spread, there's nothing you can do about it, but you just get to watch it slowly take over everything like the blob.
How long was the cleanup?
It took 6.5 hours to clean everything up because and I had already been there for 8 hours already. So that was the end of my day, and it took one of the cashiers, she was helping me mop it up, and then when she was taking the basin, like the mop bucket water, the first load, which is the stickiest, and she was, pouring it into the water basin, it caught like on her pant leg or something, and then that spilled all over the back room, and so she had that mess to clean up.
So what do you start with, though? Do you start with like kind of like a dustpan kind of shovel?
Well, no, because it's too liquidy. Because real maple syrup is actually even more.
It's fine.
It's not as thick as like the corn syrup kind.
Okay.
And so it's a little bit more watery. So it's splattered everywhere. So the biggest thing I had to do was basically try to remove all the bins that were in the way. So I had to put those on a cart because I didn't want them dripping everywhere. And all the other stuff, the other packaged goods that were in the bulk room, that all had to be removed first, and then clean everything up afterwards. And they had to wipe down each and every bin and each and every bottle, and even after 6.5.
I would say, be honest with me. After you do all of this cleanup, 6.5 hours straight, for how many more weeks or months did you still discover bits of maple syrup stuck to stuff?
Oh yeah, for forever. And yeah, the next day, like it's still like when you walked in the room because it had a concrete floor. It's like the movie theater floor, like. And yeah, that stayed like that for weeks. And then I only worked at that store for another, 8-9 months, and it was still. You could still find
it's
stuff.
probably still there. I mean, it's stuff like that. Like, I don't care how much you cleaned it up. Anytime you move a shelf, you're like, there is another 18 cups of maple syrup. You said you worked in the bulk section, so I'm just curious. Like, I'll go to the grocery store. I'm not someone who eats bulk food generally because generally it's healthy. But whether it's granola or whatever the F they put in these things, like, how often are those things cleaned out, or do you just kind of dump the new product on top of the old?
So no, that was part of my job too, is I would take the bins in the back room. We had a container, you dumped the old stuff out, you put the new stuff in, and then you bumped the old stuff back on top.
Okay.
So you rotate it so that it stays fresh and everything. So, and our bulk room luckily was enclosed, like it was a separate room versus like some stores where it's just in the middle of the grocery store, because I think that would have been worse.
How many times did you bust someone just sticking their hand in there and popping in a mouthful of whatever?
Not often, but we did have a couple of like treats there, even though it was a health food store. Like we had these chocolate-covered almonds, and I was filling one of the containers one time, and sometimes I would eat a couple, and the owner of the store once came back, and she's like, "Do you ever eat any of these?" And I didn't know if this was a trick question or not. And I was like, occasionally. And she's like, oh, good, because we want to make sure that the product is good.
I'm going to try that. Yeah. I'm going to try that with banana chips. Yeah, just get a big old handful and just start shopping. Yeah. It's only a couple of them, like 3 or 4.
They don't do it anymore. But when I was a kid, we just went to like a regular grocery store that had a bulk food section.
Yeah.
I would get caught all the time over there.
That's what I'm saying.
By my mom.
Oh, not somebody who worked there.
No, I don't think they cared that a little kid was like taking a couple things.
Right.
But I mean, it was
I've
like
seen kids do it.
It was like a magnet. And then my mom would always come over and be like, "What? I told you."
What would you steal?
Well, they had like, some of them had like chocolate chip, or she's saying like chocolate covered raisins or something.
I mean, you're begging.
It's
kids.
enough. It was enough sugar that.
You just stick your hand out in there and just scoop it.
My theory was, it's probably not slick. I would kind of walk up and down the aisle a few times. It must have been the chocolate covered raisins. There was something. And I would just open it, scoop out a few, and move on.
That's my only thing with the kids doing it. Like, I don't care the kids do it. Because kids do stuff, right? And I don't typically get things out of bulk, but I'll see kids sneaking in, and it's always when their parents aren't looking. Mom's looking at something on, and they dip in real quick, and they get a quick mouthful. And I'm like, I get it, but then I'm like, I'm watching the same kid then suck it all off his fingers and then wipe his nose, and I'm like, that's the part I have a problem. Right. Like, kid, if you could put on a glove and do it, I wouldn't care at all. I don't care if you're stealing. I'm scared of that.
I mean, I think it got to the point that my mom got one of the workers to come over and be like,
oh, really?
Kind of give me a talking to.
Damn. And they didn't feel like it.
I feel
I'll call the cops on you, young man.
You know what I mean? When your parents like stop doing that, you're like, all right, how much trouble I get in? But like, and when you're a kid, somebody that works at the store is a person, massive person of authority. So when they're like, you're going to get in trouble or whatever, it's like, oh my God.
You ever have like health food guilt?
What do you mean?
At the grocery store?
What do you mean?
Person checking out in front of you. They have all their spices in little bags with twist ties.
Oh, I feel bad for them.
They've got all the grains that they brought in their little Tupperware containers that they brought to the store, all the vegetables they put up there, and here I am with a frozen pizza and a six-pack of beer,
I always have the same thought. You're going to live a long life that sucks.
It depends on the order, Miles. You're right.
Like, wow.
I mean, it's health food guilt.
I've been there before too, where it's it's literally that order, like a 12-pack and a frozen pizza, like a bag of chips, and you're like, well, we all know what I'm going to go do.
Right. He's got some quinoa up there, grains.
I always feel the worst is if I have a bunch of junk food and like some beers, and then it's like
chia seeds
and the Pepto. Like I already know it's going to ruin my stomach.
What is the biggest mess that you've ever had to clean up? 206-803-ROCK.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Hold up, we got one play. Everything we work for comes down to this.
Quick question. Speaking of workouts, how would you rate your athletic program?
Bro, we're in the middle of the state championship.
Oh, so like a B+ then?
Dude, get out of our huddle.
Well, at Homes.com, we leave it all on the field to get you detailed information on local schools.
Off the field.
Off the field. Copy. All right, go sports.
How'd he even get in here?
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
It's always amazing to see how quickly your child grows. And I'm not just talking about their height. From those early babbles to full-on storytelling, getting to watch how their ideas, creativity, and confidence develop over the years is honestly pretty incredible. Sometimes they surprise you with what they come up with. And Lego bricks can be right there with them through all of those stages. It's not just a toy, it's a full creative building journey that keeps evolving as they do. Lego Sets Play starts as early as 1.5 with Lego Duplo, the bigger bricks designed for little hands that are just starting to explore and build. Then around age 4, kids transition to the smaller Lego bricks, and suddenly you're watching real structures take shape, real ideas form, and their imagination really take off. They begin with simple stacking, but over time they grow into full-on creators, building worlds, stories, and things you never would have expected. That's the kind of magic of Lego bricks. You're not buying a phase, you're starting a journey. Learn more and start building today with Lego bricks. Hiring isn't just about finding someone willing to take the job. It's about getting the right person with the right background who can move your business forward. And to find candidates who match what you're looking for, trust Indeed sponsored jobs. Stop struggling to get your job post even seen on other sites. Give your job the best chance to be seen with Indeed sponsored jobs. They help you stand out and hire quality candidates who can drive the results you need. Sponsored jobs boost your post for quality candidates, so you can reach the exact people you want faster. Join the 1.6 million companies that sponsor their jobs with Indeed. Spend more time interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Less stress, less time, more results now with Indeed sponsored jobs. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to help get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/listen. Just go to Indeed.com/listen right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/listen. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Do it the right way with Indeed.
Roots. Where you're from matters. What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. And I may be from the East Coast, but my roots are deep here in Seattle. Over 20 years deep. Just like our pals at Pinky's Plumbing. They're rooted in Seattle, just like me. And speaking of roots, tree roots are the biggest danger to your sewers and cost you thousands. So let your hometown heroes, Pinkies, get to the root of your plumbing problems. PinkiesPlumbing.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Huddle up. We got one play. Everything we work for comes down to this.
Quick question. Speaking of workouts, how would you rate your athletic program?
Bro, we're in the middle of the state championship.
Oh, so like a B+ then?
Dude, get out of our huddle.
Well, at Homes.com, we leave it all on the field to get you detailed information on local schools.
Off the field.
Off the field. Copy. All right, go sports.
How'd he even get in here?
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
As a woman entrepreneur, you know that every connection counts, whether it's with your customers, your team, or your community. Spectrum Business is here to help you build those connections stronger and faster. Imagine running your business with fast, reliable, fiber-powered internet so you can stay connected to customers, employees, and vendors without having to worry. We know flexibility matters. That's why select Spectrum Business packages come with a 3-year price guarantee, so you can focus on running your business. Plus, enjoy savings on internet, phone, TV, and mobile services when you bundle, all with a 30-day money-back guarantee and no long-term contracts. With Spectrum Business, you get more than just internet. You get support with 100% U.S.-based customer service. Real people who understand small business, ready 24/7 to help you stay up and running. Join millions of business owners like you across America who trust Spectrum Business for reliability, speed, and support. Visit spectrum.com/business today to get started. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Talking about going to the grocery store, if you happen to be heading there this week and stocking up for Sunday, do us a favor. Pick up some Men's Room IPA from Black Raven in the 20th anniversary lager, which they're still making, still out on the shelves. Take that over to your buddy's house for the game. Also, the Men's Room roasted red salsa from San Juan Salsa Company. And, of course, the Men's Room beer brats, if you're throwing stuff on the grill, from Uli's Famous Sausage, and help our friends at the 3 local Fisher House locations. We would appreciate that. Our question, what is the biggest message you've ever had to clean up? 206-803-ROCK.
Most of the people that have called and or texted and or emailed and or messaged in, they've all been saying it's been like messy stuff, vomit and maple syrup, etc. Mike, you said the guy hung up.
He did,
but his situation was a little different.
I was really upset that we lost this call before he could get on there. But man talked about how he had a friend that unfortunately passed away in a motorcycle accident, and I believe he was on deployment. Don't quote me on that one. But either way, he was tasked along with a buddy of his to go to the man's home away from home and clean up a few things before they got a group out there to move all of his stuff back home to his family. Right.
All right.
And he says the amount of porn that we had to pull out of this man's house before so it didn't get sent home to his family.
Wow. Did you say, was it like nasty mail order porn? Or are we talking Playboy?
They're taking that home.
Oh, damn right they are.
It's not cleaning up, throwing it away. You're going through what you need.
I mean, my first collection of porn, it was all like the old early 70s, late 60s Playboys. But the woman across the street divorced her husband. She got the house, getting rid of his crap. And she just put it in brown paper bags, like out for recycling, kind of.
Sure.
So it's just on the side of the road. But I mean, it was just endless bags. And I remember my brother running into my bedroom. It's summertime. And he's like, Steven, you got to see that. You got to see that. I'm like, what, man? He's like, just come on. We kind of lived out in the woods, and we went down there. And, I mean, it was like a treasure hunter, finding the lost Spanish doubloons under the ocean. We were like, oh, my God, this is the motherlode. So as my mother recalls the story, we didn't want to just grab – I don't know why we didn't just grab the paper bags they were in, but we would go in and ask my mother for all the spare paper grocery bags. And according to her, I don't remember this part, she said, you guys were trying to convince me that you were collecting pine cones, which would be like anywhere in Washington State. Like, if you need them, they're probably in your yard. But she's like, you guys are kids are stupid, whatever. But she goes, our entire yard was pine trees. There's pine cones all over the yard, but you guys didn't go to the yard. You went down the driveway, and the driveway curved just enough that you just couldn't quite see the street from there. And you guys would walk back with bags. And again, I don't remember. But she said she was in the kitchen. The kitchen's on the second floor. So when she looked down, she could see the tops of the bags. And we were smart enough and savvy enough to cover the tops with pine cones. She's like, but then it seemed weird because you guys were taking all the pine cones down to your respective bedrooms. And you just bag after bag. And I couldn't imagine why you guys needed this many pine cones and why you insisted on going to the neighbor's house to get them as opposed to the yard.
Yeah.
So she's like, I let you guys go play the next day was the whole thing. So this has been on her mind all night. She's not going to bug us that night. She goes, the next day, I go down to your guys' bedroom. She's like, I could not believe how much porn I found in both your bedrooms, and as mothers are wont to do. She freaked out, called my dad at work. I guess my dad's response was something like, what do you want me to do? I mean, like, they're young men. They got divorced. I know where they came from. And she's like, I can't have them in the house. So my father said, don't say anything. And so my mother, being my mother, she said something. So we got home, man, and it's just so humiliating and busted. So the worst part was the porn she found. And like I said, this guy just had years of Playboy. So we both just had massive stashes. And she knew they were under my bed, right? So I did not know that she knew I had them under my bed. I thought she knew about the ones that were in the chest of my closet. So she came to me before she went to my brother. And she's like, Steven, I know when you and your brother are grabbing all those damn dirty magazines, blah, 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 blah. Right, you're already getting yelled at. I'm already in tears. It's a horrible thing. She's like, I want you to grab the ball and start throwing them away now. Mm-hmm. And I remember when I opened my closet door, she's just like, what? Because I opened up his chest. She's like, I'm talking about the ones under your bed. And I'm trying to close it real quick. Like, oh, dude, she could not believe how much porn.
How old were you?
Man, honestly, probably 10 or 11, maybe. Right around that age. But yeah, I thought she meant the stuff in my closet. She had seen the stuff under my bed.
Well, your
brother
was almost legal to own.
He was, but Mom doesn't want to. And I think it's just the thing of, my little boy. And it's like, dude, he's 15 years old. You know what I mean? He's already been waxing the carrot for years. This just gives him the fodder to do it. But it was the first time that we actually owned porn, because porn was so hard to come by back then. It wasn't online. There was no internet.
What is the biggest mess you've ever had to clean up? 206-803-ROCK.
Yeah, you got to hide it.
That might be the biggest mess I had to clean up as a child. Yeah, honestly. Like, you'd spill stuff here and there, but nothing that it was just such a massive undertaking. It took like 45 minutes to clear my room of pornography.
And there is nothing discreet about those things. There was a handful of times that we found some pornography in the cars that I was cleaning up at the detail shop.
Sure.
And they don't hide the ball at all.
No.
It's right out there in the open.
It really is, man.
So from time to time you catch somebody trying to sneak one of those magazines off. It's like, I know what he's grabbing.
Yeah. Did you
the black bag.
You had to, man.
They might have made their way into my backpack.
I mean, my thing, you flipped through the different ones. I take the one I liked most.
Yeah. The thing that always crushed me is that there was DVD cases.
But the porn wasn't in it?
Correct. They just grabbed the disc and run. Like, hey, take the doggone cover with you.
You were so disappointed, weren't you?
I looked like such a little sad kid so many times. Cracking open one of these DVD cases like, doggone it.
Yeah, I would throw, though. My mom just found a
Kirby.
Playboy once and threw it out. I stole it out of the trash the next morning.
A Playboy?
A Playboy.
A Playboy. Yeah.
Correct.
Did she say anything to her, or did she just make it disappear?
No, they were just... She found it in my dad's stuff.
Oh, okay.
So she threw it out. There was like a big commotion. Yeah. I did enough to figure out where it was.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And then, like that night, I was like, does the trash need to go out? And then I stole it, took it to school, and then we hid it like in the bushes or something. It took turns reading it.
Yes, reading for the articles, of course. Hello, Aiden. Welcome to the men's room.
What's up, you guys?
How are you?
Hey, my story has a little bit to do with what your question was yesterday, but let me set the stage here. So basically, my family and I, we were having dinner one night. We got a hamburger pizza from Papa Murphy's, and we were cooking it up. It came out the oven. It was super hot. Put it on the counter, and when we were sitting there, and from the kitchen, we hear just a weird crash. We're like, what the heck was that? So go walking over there, and about like, my dog had like 30 seconds to chow down this food. And he annihilated it. Half of it was gone. And it's so funny because when he saw me, he just kept eating faster and faster and faster. I'm like, oh my God. So I grab him by the collar, throw him outside. Anyway, fast forward to the next day. I come home from school, and dude, when I walked into my house, it was like getting smacked in the face with crap, dog crap. And I'm like, what the heck is that smell? So I walk over to my dog's kennel, and no one's home. And I'm like, what is that? So I walk over to my dog's kennel, and dude, there is just poop everywhere. It was terrible, dude. And so yeah, dude, when I walked in, it looked like a murder scene. It was like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre of poop. bro, it was like painted on there. If you had a bucket full of poop, it wouldn't have been enough paint.
Now, did you have to clean it up, or did you do what I would have done at that age? Been like, oh, I didn't know, man. I stayed late after school.
So it was my dog. So I sent a picture of my mom, and I let her know, like, hey, this happened. And she was like,
what a great picture to send your mom.
Yeah, right. Yeah, she was like, well, it's your dog. So, but this is the worst part, man, is that she was, or not she, his kennel was in the laundry room, and it was covered all over the washing machine, all the clean towels and clean laundry that was there. It was on him. It was on his kennel, dude. I'm telling you, it was everywhere.
Yeah. And all you do typically is put newspaper down back then.
Mm.
You know, like as the base.
Right.
So you got to roll that crap up, man. I remember when I had my puppy, Sunshine. God, that sucked.
I don't think I was capable of rolling it up. I mean, it was liquid. I felt bad for him too, because it must have happened earlier in the day, because it was like really dry. Not really dry, but you know, it was hard to clean up. It was definitely stuck to the walls, and it was bad. It took me it pretty much took me all day, and I needed my mom's help because, dude, I couldn't keep it together.
Were you like throwing up and stuff?
I was trying not to. I was gagging. Dude, it was so bad.
It was probably all over the dog too. The dog probably needed a bath as well.
Why is it that dogs universally, if they have diarrhea, will not stay in one place? You know what I mean? If your dog has diarrhea and it's indoors,
they trail it. You
know everywhere. We had a waterfall going down our stairway, and my wife and I are looking at this like, did she start at the bottom and run up top? Did she poop at the top and it rolled down? Like what? How is every stair on the way to the basement covered in poop?
It's like sometimes it's like your dog's not an idiot. Like they understand stuff.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying. But then stuff like that, it's like, God, you're dumb.
Right, like diarrhea. Like if they poop in the house, right, there's an accident, like it's just a piece of poop, it is there. You go like, all right. Diarrhea, it's like, why did you run all over the house? Why did you run onto the bed? Why did you run onto the sofa? Why did you run through the kitchen twice? Why is it on the dining room chair? Like, why couldn't you just do it in one place, man?
It's like they're surprised.
Dogs do have that weird thing.
Yeah.
A lot of times, if my dog has like a weird stomach, and I don't know what she's eating, and I don't know if it's a piece of grass or whatever, but like normally she'll poop outside, you pick it up, off you go. If it's like a weird poop, like she keeps looking back at her ass and then seems startled every time she sees her ass and moves another 3 feet. Yeah. Right? So just like, what are you doing? Just can you stay in one place, man? Right. God, why are you scared of your ass? It's yours.
What is the biggest mess you've ever had to clean up? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
At Homes.com, we do whatever it takes to get you the in-depth info on local schools you won't find anywhere else. Things like student-teacher ratio, test scores, and school programs. And sometimes that requires attending school recitals. So many recitals.
That's my son. Isn't he terrific?
Yeah, a real prodigy. Homes.com.
Ding dong.
We've done your homework.
As a woman entrepreneur, you know that every connection counts, whether it's with your customers, your team, or your community. Spectrum Business is here to help you build those connections stronger and faster. Imagine running your business with fast, reliable, fiber-powered internet so you can stay connected to customers, employees, and vendors without having to worry. We know flexibility matters. That's why select Spectrum Business packages come with a 3-year price guarantee, so you can focus on running your business. Plus, enjoy savings on internet, phone, TV, and mobile services when you bundle, all with a 30-day money-back guarantee and no long-term contracts. With Spectrum Business, you get more than just internet. You get support with 100% U.S.-based customer service. Real people who understand small business, ready 24/7 to help you stay up and running. Join millions of business owners like you across America who trust Spectrum Business for reliability, speed, and support. Visit spectrum.com/business today to get started. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
It's always amazing to see how quickly your child grows, and I'm not just talking about their height. From those early babbles to full-on storytelling, getting to watch how their ideas, creativity, and confidence develop over the years is honestly pretty incredible. Sometimes they surprise you with what they come up with, and Lego bricks can be right there with them through all of those stages. It's not just a toy, it's a full creative building journey that keeps evolving as they do. Lego Sets Play starts as early as 1.5 with Lego Duplo, the bigger bricks designed for little hands that are just starting to explore and build. Then around age 4, kids transition to the smaller Lego bricks, and suddenly you're watching real structures take shape, real ideas form, and their imagination really take off. They begin with simple stacking, but over time they grow into full-on creators, building worlds, stories, and things you never would have expected. That's the kind of magic of Lego bricks. You're not buying a phase, you're starting a journey. Learn more and start building today with Lego bricks.
Levi, welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Hey, first-time caller. Love the show.
Well, thank you, man. Appreciate it, man.
Can't stop talking your Playboy story, but shout out to Latoya Jackson.
Oh, I had that issue, man.
All right.
Oh, that was huge.
Yeah.
Vanity was huge. There was a couple issues where it was a must-have.
Yeah, so newly married back in 98, and ex-wife and I at the time going to our first shopping trip for groceries. And so we go to Costco because that's where our parents went when they went shopping. And we needed just all the basic stuff. I mean, we needed sugar, flour. I mean, you name it, we needed everything. So they had two options for sugar. It was 2 10-pound bags or a 25-pound bag. And the 25-pound bag was just so much cheaper in bulk, so we got that, get it home. And we're getting ready to empty it into containers. I ripped the rope twine off to open it up and turn around to go grab the container, and I hear thump. And I turn around, and there's 25 pounds of sugar on the carpet.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So we, being young, newly married and dumb, we didn't know any better. So we thought a good idea to clean it up would be the vacuum cleaner, and that was a bad idea.
Because it gets so hot, does it turn liquidish?
Yeah, it kind of made a squealing sound, freaked the heck out of us, and that was about that. We turned that thing off and then had to just scoop it up.
How much of it did you actually save?
We saved a good probably 20 pounds.
That sounds about right.
You know, nothing touching the carpet, but I mean, we were married for 11 years, and at the end of that 11-year marriage, we still had sugar. I mean, we never go through all.
So what do you do
if you're not a baker?
Yeah, I mean, if the vacuum cleaner starts squealing when you're trying to get it out of the carpet, what do you do to finally clean it up? Or did it just need to be shallow enough on the carpet that the vacuum can handle it?
No, we actually had we bought one of those or rented one of those things from Safeway or the store where the vacuum or the carpet cleaners.
Oh yeah. I actually
so
own one of those now.
Mm-hmm.
I do, and listen, it's I don't need it so much now because we have all hard surfaces. But before we did, the house we bought is wall-to-wall carpeting, right? And between the dog and having kids, little kids, it got to the point where I'm like, look, we're spending the money to get one of these because I'm not comfortable in my home. It looks like someone came in here and died.
Yeah.
But they died everywhere. I mean, they're just stains. Kids spill everything. Dogs, for whatever reason, I mean, they just like, there's a poop stain. Still own this thing, and I'm telling you, a couple area rugs now, that thing, it's worth the money if you have soft surfaces. It really is.
Yeah. One of the doctor's appointments I had last year, an allergist. So I got to go to that to figure out, breathe in my nose, all that crap, right? So they put these grids on your forearms.
Okay.
And they prick you in each of these different spots. So they take a needle and they just keep poking you, all right?
What are they doing?
They're going to drop a different substance on there, all right? And that's going to be able to tell what your allergy could possibly be.
Okay.
Because once you have an open wound on your hand or your arm, then they put a little beaker drop on there. And they figure out, okay, you're allergic to bees, you're allergic to peanut butter, and all that stuff.
Oh, all of the above.
So whatever it is. So they go up the entire, my entire inner forearm with all these little dots, probably 30 different pricks up and down my arm. And then the woman goes, do you have any carpet in your house? And I was like, well, not really. I was like, I got my stairs are carpet.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I need the other forearm then. So she takes the entire other, and like half of this thing was just if you own carpet. So what did I learn from this allergy appointment? If you got carpet,
all the crap's in it.
There's a ton of crap in there that you do not want to know about, and you probably don't want to have it in your house.
Okay.
That was the lesson I learned. Like, not that you have allergies, not any of this stuff, because a couple rashes came up in certain areas.
Sure.
But the whole other arm was for carpet.
Damn.
Like everything else for everything. The other arm for everything under the sun. Pollen, you name it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is around its area. Pine, trees, the whole deal. The other arm, carpet.
Just carpet.
Just carpet. I was like, God damn.
Having hardwood floors is so much easier.
Yeah, we got tile and hardwood, and that is my
I didn't
preference.
know that carpet was
I should say hardwood. Even if you just
right.
You could use like those snap together kind of ones to cover them up.
Yeah, we got a few of those.
It's just so much easier to clean and everything else.
Yep. But again, if you have a dog and they have to poop or puke, if you don't have an area,
they're just going to
go find the bathroom. They're going to do it.
What is the biggest mess you've ever had to clean up? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Todd. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
How's it going, guys?
Doing well.
Right on. Hey, it's hard to, like the previous caller, it's going to be hard to top that porn stash, but I think I got
I did not think that would be the thing.
King.
Hey, I tried to be. My mom ruined the whole freaking thing.
Gotcha. Hey, back then, man, I would have been looking for Barbie Benton or the Lander sisters back in the old Harry Potter days. You know what I mean?
One of the issues we had did have Barbie Benton. I do remember that. One of the issues that we had, and like I said, we had hundreds. But yeah, Barbie Benton wasn't one, and it was awesome.
Back to carpet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, man. So mine was back. It was over a couple decades ago. I was working at the old Olympia Brewery down in Tumwater. Well, back then it was the Miller Brewery. So a coworker of mine was filling a tank, aging tank, up on the 4th floor. These tanks held 1,010 barrels. So 1,010 kegs of beer these tanks held.
All right.
So mid-shift, he finishes the tank on the 4th floor, shuts it down, goes up to the 5th floor, hooks up to another tank. He goes back down to the filter room, sets it for 1,010 barrels, hits start, and he forgot to close the valve on the 4th floor.
Oh.
So 1,010 kegs of beer went out on the 4th floor, leaked down to the 3rd, to the 2nd, to the 1st, went into the sewer. This is graveyard shift, 11 to 6, or 11 to 7. So at about 5 o'clock in the morning, he goes over to check the tank on the 5th floor, and there's no beer in it. And we look out and so we go down, they shut everything down, call everybody over. You look out, all that beer went down into the sewer, lifted the manhole covers.
Jesus.
There was like 6 to 8 feet of beer foam surrounding that entire building. You couldn't see the building. You couldn't see the damn parking lot. We had every guy in the place out there with defoamer trying to spread it before the office and bigwigs got there instead of it. It was nasty.
Did you guys manage to clean it up before management noticed?
Almost.
Almost.
We got everything around the building. Early birds got into the parking lot and were driving through beer foam. And old Franco wasn't a very popular guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
I bet he wasn't. Damn.
What is the biggest mess you've ever had to clean up? 206-803-ROCK.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
With a detailed agent directory you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Looking for a listing agent's contact info? We've got it. The agent with the most sales in your price range? Easy. Specialized agents with all the up-to-date info on your dream neighborhood? We'll know them. A Pisces who enjoys long walks on the beach? You've got other sites for that.
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
As a woman entrepreneur, you know that every connection counts, whether it's with your customers, your team, or your community. Spectrum Business is here to help you build those connections stronger and faster. Imagine running your business with fast, reliable, fiber-powered internet so you can stay connected to customers, employees, and vendors without having to worry. We know flexibility matters. That's why select Spectrum Business packages come with a 3-year price guarantee, so you can focus on running your business. Plus, enjoy savings on internet, phone, TV, and mobile services when you bundle, all with a 30-day money-back guarantee and no long-term contracts. With Spectrum Business, you get more than just internet. You get support with 100% U.S.-based customer service. Real people who understand small business, ready 24/7 to help you stay up and running. Join millions of business owners like you across America who trust Spectrum Business for reliability, speed, and support. Visit spectrum.com/business today to get started. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
It's always amazing to see how quickly your child grows, and I'm not just talking about their height. From those early babbles to full-on storytelling, getting to watch how their ideas, creativity, and confidence develop over the years is honestly pretty incredible. Sometimes they surprise you with what they come up with, and Lego bricks can be right there with them through all of those stages. It's not just a toy, it's a full creative building journey that keeps evolving as they do. Lego Sets Play starts as early as 1.5 with Lego Duplo, the bigger bricks designed for little hands that are just starting to explore and build. Then around age 4, kids transition to the smaller Lego bricks, and suddenly you're watching real structures take shape, real ideas form, and their imagination really take off. They begin with simple stacking, but over time they grow into full-on creators, building worlds, stories, and things you never would have expected. That's the kind of magic of Lego bricks. You're not buying a phase, you're starting a journey. Learn more and start building today with Lego bricks.
If you're an experienced pet owner, you already know that having a pet is 25% belly rubs, 25% yelling, drop it, and 50% groaning at the bill from every pet visit. Which is why Lemonade Pet Insurance is tailor-made for your pet and can save you up to 90% on vet bills. It can help cover checkups, emergencies, diagnostics, basically all the stuff that makes your bank account get nervous. Claims are filed super easily through the Lemonade app, and half get settled instantly. Get a quote at lemonade.com/pet, and they'll help cover the vet bill for whatever your pet swallowed after you yelled, drop it.
The mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
For about 45 minutes, Troy DeRozier of Wisconsin was trapped in more than 9 feet of cow manure in the 12-foot deep pit underneath his dairy cow barn. He had a hatch to the dairy farm's manure pit open so he could use a piece of heavy farm equipment to churn up and pump out months worth of manure from his some 200 cows. 2 million gallon manure pit, 12 feet deep. It's 108 feet wide by 224 feet long.
And it's full of poop.
He had placed a board across the back of the opening to the pit so he could move around more easily. But the board snapped, and DeRozier fell in. The power then from the manure pump shot him 40 feet under a pool of manure. It's basically a river of manure that's still blasting at you. I was totally submerged the whole 40 feet. I was trying to figure out where was up. He was under the liquid, disoriented, until he found a support column to hang on to. I spit the manure out of my mouth, and I was able to breathe. In desperation, you need something to save your life. Just do whatever. But he was becoming exhausted, fighting against the current of the pump, and was shivering in the cold liquid on a cool March afternoon.
Somehow that's worse.
The gases, as well, are extremely lethal in manure pits.
Smell it.
I just thought there's no way anyone's going to find me. After more than 30 minutes in the pit, Oscola High School senior Alex William, who milks cows on the farm, heard his cries for help. I kept hearing a noise that sounded like yelling. Sounded like it was kind of coming from this area. Once he realized what was happening, he ran over to the guy's son, Jordan, to help. He called me and said, "Get a ladder. Your dad fell in the pit." They got the opening of the pit. Wet, cold, and exhausted, he worked to swim to the ladder, eventually pulling himself out of the pit. 45 minutes after he had fallen in. When I look back now, I see there's a lot of miracles that happen to make it so that I'm alive and I am very thankful.
You're optimistic.
He does credit the good ventilation system in the barn and his ability to stay calm as reasons why he made it out of the pit alive.
I have a question. I don't know if anyone knows the answer, all right? So there's poop, there's dung, there's guano, there's scat. I believe all of those are just straight up poop, right? Well, depending on the animal. Is manure different than poop? Like, has it been treated? I know it. Typically, when you say manure, it has a destination.
It does. Fertilizer. It's going back out on the field.
But when you have a manure pit, is it still just poop, or is there something happening that's changing it from just straight poop to manure? Like, I feel like manure is the middleman, right?
Let's see. I just typed in, is manure different than fecal matter? Distinct from general fecal matter because it's a mixture of animal feces, urine, and often bedding material like straw or sawdust.
Okay.
So, yeah, basically they're scooping out...
That's worse.
They're scooping out the stalls and just throwing it into a slosh. That's turning it into a fun little mixture.
I don't know if I feel... Well, there's straw in it. Like,
Right. So manure has poop in it, but poop is not manure.
Okay. All right. I was just curious. Like, that's straight up cow ass.
That is so much worse.
I know. Just bits of straw and
urine.
Yeah, because pee to me smells worse than poop. It just does. Right?
It can.
It can.
But oddly enough, you're absolutely right. The things that look real inside of poop makes it look worse.
It does. Right, like straw. You go, thank God it's straw. But to me, in that moment, this is significantly worse than if it's just poop.
Right. I can look into a toilet and go, like, that's kind of nasty. But then there's corn and lettuce and whatnot. Like,
And it changes. That's what I hate about, like, horse poop, right? So any other animal, including people, apparently would poop downtown. And when Seattle had police horses, every time we walk through downtown, I mean, there's just mountains of horses everywhere. But after a car drove over it and breaks it open, it's just the straw. I don't know why. It seems significantly grosser than if it's just a straight-up turd.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is.
What is the biggest mess you've ever had to clean up? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Kurt. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola.
Hola.
Hola indeed. I had to turn off the YouTube feed to know that I was talking with you. But anyway, you guys are awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Good breaks. So what
was
happened?
that again, Miles?
Ted said good breaks on your...
Sounded like you were
already
about to curse. You didn't. I said good job.
Yeah, we call that tongue breaks, you know.
Yeah, indeed. So this might be disturbing and it might be right up Miles' alley. My worst cleanup was a situation with an abandoned person left in a home to be eaten by rats.
And you feel that this would be perhaps right up Miles'
Yes,
alley?
I've had many friends eaten by rats before.
And that's probably why.
Yes.
Well, no, but no, Miles always has the convenience of having like Sunday and the dog.
Sunshine?
Sunshine.
Yeah.
Sunshine.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Sunshine was not eaten by a group of rats, though, thank God.
But you don't know that. You don't know that.
But, so the worst cleanup I ever had to do was in pest control. And it kind of looked like a crime scene at the time. And so basically an infirmed person was left on the couch for rats to nibble at her. It was disgusting. And it was...
Wait. But you said you worked in pest control.
Yeah.
So they
that
noticed
was
that there's rats, but they did not notice the person that the rats were eating.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. I have my own pest control company now, so I'm relating how things went 20 years ago.
I just feel like if I notice that there's rats eating a corpse, like my first call would be to the corpse people.
Yeah.
Then get around.
Well, to be honest with you, we do have a staff member here who went through a similar situation with a deceased neighbor. I don't know that there were any vermits that were eating on the body.
No, as far as we know, no.
But they could not find, this person was just unaccountable for. But all the doors were locked to the house.
Right.
People had not seen him in a while. And I think Castle got a ladder and climbed up on the side of the house to look down to see if he could see anything inside the house. And he did see that his neighbor had passed on either in the kitchen or a hallway.
I think it was the bathroom
or whatever. So they had to go in there and take him out of there.
Yeah, I remember the story. I listen to you guys constantly, so yeah, I remember that story.
So what do you do if you're in pest control? You roll into a place.
You get rid of the rats.
I mean, before I deal with the rats, like, do you call the cops because there's a person sitting there?
Well, I was directed by that owner of and this is like 20 years ago, just so you know. So hopefully I'm not involved with whatever happened. This was a deceased person that was left behind by her family because she had Alzheimer's disease, and then.
Well, what Steve was asking is, what was your job when you got there?
I mean, do you just clean up the rats and leave the body, or what?
So my job, no, I had nothing to do with taking care of the dead body.
I know that. I said, did you clean up the rats?
Yes.
Okay, that was all. We were wondering what your job was when you got there. We know you didn't have anything to do with the body. We know 20 years have passed. We weren't saying that was an admission of guilt.
Right. We're just was the body still there when you got there?
What was your job when you got there?
Was the body still there when you
was not still there, but I could see the remnants of the body with the blood stains and where the rat. So the rats were in the record player. And I know that.
Of course they were. They're playing round and round.
You
know you really want to lay it down.
I love how you're injecting humor into this, but it was disgusting.
Well, I believe it.
Look,
so don't worry. It's not
on the couch. I could see with my own eyes. It's like, oh, this is where the rats actually did their job on that person. And then I had to get further details that it was a situation where all of the family had already relegated her to death and just left her to rot in the home. It was
well, that's good because that way you're not a wanted man then. It was somebody else's.
More rat jokes. I see what you did there.
Yes, I did.
Well, that was a long road, man.
Man, I'm glad I could relate to that.
There was already.
I'm glad you got singled out for that.
Yeah, it's right on my alley, man.
I think you kept making jokes, man. The guy's telling you about a tough time.
I know, man.
That's right.
Sorry.
And he had nothing to do with that. He was just there to clean it up.
Well, see, the more he said it, the less I believed him.
Yeah.
I never would have assumed that he had anything to do with the dead body, but I had nothing to do with that, man.
He kept telling us it was 20 years. I think there was kind of a lack of communication going on. I just couldn't understand what he was
more
saying.
rat jokes.
He's fine.
More rat jokes.
I'm with Thrill, though. I love he was like, oh, Montgomery, this one's for you, buddy.
This one's for you, man.
You can relate.
You'll find the humor in this.
Sure you will. What's the biggest mess you've ever had to clean up? 206-803-ROCK. Holy Christ almighty.
I credit to him. If I was an exterminator and came in and saw that, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, look, it would disturb me. There's no doubt it's still by it. It was 20 years ago. I'm just saying at no point initially that I think he even might have something to do with it. The more he got to say, I have nothing to do with it.
Trust me, I didn't kill her. I didn't kill her.
Sure.
It's like our movers. I didn't kill her, but my wife's dead.
Yeah, no.
Still haven't found the body. They keep talking to me, though. Keep asking me questions.
Now, that guy straight up murdered his wife. Yeah, that dude.
What's the biggest mess you've ever had to clean up? 206-803-ROCK.
And this guy who's basically, he doesn't realize he's admitting that he killed his wife. There's a common mover that Miles and I used one day apart. And Miles is like, hey, man, I think this dude's a murderer. I'm like, come on, man. I'm fine. By the time he was done, I was pretty sure he was a murderer because every time he came back upstairs from taking something, the only thing he would talk about is his wife. And his wife had been murdered, and the cops can't find the killer. Then it was the cops can't find me, and I didn't mean to kill her. But no one knows who killed the wife. Right? But this is...
way too much information.
But it's broken up by 5 minutes because he's going down to the truck, comes up. So one of the last things he took out of the apartment, I had his cheap-ass IKEA dresser, hit it on the wall. You know, it's all particle board. And he's like, hey, man, I think I broke your dresser. I'm like, nah, it's cool, man. No worries. Water under the bridge, killer. Hello, Tony. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you, Tony.
All right. Hey, guys, great show. High praise.
Oh, thank you, man.
Appreciate you, man.
You got any stories for Miles?
I do. So I'm working in a box warehouse 20 years ago. I'm on a forklift 10 minutes before we open, somebody yells at me, Tony, get the peanut oil down. So I run down the aisle with my forklift. I go up to the third tier, the highest tier. I run my forks into what I think's the pallet, but I hit the peanut oil.
Oh.
6 5-gallon buckets of peanut oil empty in a nanosecond. I'm covered. My forklift's covered. The floor's covered. We had to delay starting that day for 2 hours. They put me in trash bags, put me on a flatbed, took me back to the bathroom. I got dressed in new clothes, and it took 2 hours to clean this mess up. It wrecked everything in the steel, under the steel. It disintegrated my forklift. They had to clean the whole thing up. And me, well, I'm covered in peanut oil for the rest of my shift.
The peanut oil disintegrated the mechanics of the forklift?
It was in everything. The electronics.
Oh, okay.
Everything. They had to tear it apart literally and clean it. That stuff sticks to everything.
How bad did you smell?
I smell like peanut oil all day. I thought it smelled good.
It smells like peanut oil.
Okay.
What is so what's the punishment for that? I mean, I'm sure they weren't just like, hey, that's cool, man. I mean, what did they talk to you about?
I was a manager. I didn't get on a forklift that often, so they just chalked it up as a mistake. I didn't make that many kind of mistakes in forklifts, but yeah, they didn't punish me. It's just like stuff happens.
Yeah, no, you're right. Stuff does that, but a lot of companies, man, even though this is obviously an accident, no one was trying to do. Some companies have a very adverse reaction to a quote unquote mistake. At least that's been my experience. I don't think they think that I did it by accident, but you never know. Like, we'll never know the answer to that.
What is the biggest mess you've ever had to clean up? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Landon. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
Long-time listener, first-time caller, huge fan.
Oh, thank you, man.
So the biggest mess I had to clean up when I was a senior in high school, I worked at a KFC, and my job was fairly simple, help customers clean the restaurant and the bathroom. Well, one day a girl comes in, looks like she really needs to go. She goes to the bathroom, does her thing, and about 20, 30 minutes later, a guy comes in. He's like, I want to order, but I got to use the bathroom first. I point him to the bathroom. He walks into the same bathroom. Not even 30 seconds later, he walks out and goes, hey, there's something in the bathroom that needs to be cleaned up. I don't think I can say this in the restaurant because there were kids present. And so I had to get somebody to cover the front so I could go look what was in the bathroom. And when I walked in, it looked like a full-on crime scene. There was menstrual blood everywhere. And when I say everywhere, I don't mean just the toilet, the floors. It was on the walls. It was on the ceiling. It was in the sink.
Did her vagina explode?
She might have had a miscarriage.
I don't know. I spent 2 hours in that bathroom cleaning it. And the very next day we had that bathroom closed and somebody was in there with actual like bleach and like full on cleaning material just
how did she look?
She walked out and her hair was a mess. But I didn't think too much of it. I thought, oh, she's just like been in a rush and finally got to a bathroom but it was a horrifying sight.
If you could track her down, it'd be like heavy flow. Yeah.
Did she still get the chicken? Did you say she ordered before she went?
Well, no, it's the dude who discovered it. Yeah. I'd have been like, you know what, man, I'm going to go ahead and pass.
So you were not in love.
She draw a picture like a caveman.
I need help.
What's the biggest mess you've ever had to clean up? 206-803-ROCK.
That would be wild.
Sorry. God, can you imagine that?
If you ordered chicken, went in there, did that, and then came out and was like, is my chicken ready?
Damn.
Because, I mean, chicken you got to eat with your hands.
Oh, yeah.
Call a hazmat squad.
Hello, Jimmy. Welcome to the men's room.
What's up?
Hola.
Don't get the spicy.
What's that?
Go ahead, Jimmy. Sorry.
Okay, so I was, in my younger years when I was young and dumb, I was working over at Ace Hardware, and I was training our new hire on the paint machine and how to mix paint. Lo and behold, and it was a busy day. We had like a buy two get one free sale on paint, so the paint department there was just busy. I had taught them how to load the paint mixer, mix the colors, everything else. So they load the mixer up, and it's one of those ones that spin around and around and around. And they didn't put the lid on tight enough. They didn't latch one of the two latches.
short of the story is paint was everywhere. It was oozing out from underneath. Nobody looks at the floor, and so customers were tracking it all the way through.
Oh man. Do you remember the color?
It was like a burgundy red color.
Oh, so it looked like a crime scene.
Burgundy.
Should have got a couple rats to come in.
The court. Yeah.
Things come back to a crime scene.
But we're talking, I'm on the paint department, which is at the front of the store, and there's trails of red spots, burgundy spots, we'll call them, all the way back to the hardware section. Through the center aisle. It was a nightmare to clean it up.
I bet it was.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Every time they do that, anytime I bought paint, I'm like, I cannot believe they're standing that close to the machine.
I kicked a bucket in my garage at a house I had. It was indoor paint. I was just doing whatever.
Sure.
But I mean, whatever color it was ridiculous. You know me and my paint colors. It was stupid as hell. But I had to paint the whole damn floor in my garage.
Because the paint hit it and you're like, okay.
It was just splattered everywhere. And I'm like, you know what, man? I'm going to fix my garage.
Just paint it.
Just going to cover over. What's the biggest mess you've ever had to clean up? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Sheila. Welcome to the men's room.
Jesus, Sheila, you okay?
Yeah. Oh, come on, Frank. Sorry, I was trying to put my trash in the recycle.
I was like, what are you hiding in the bottom of a ball pit?
How many vodka bottles was that one?
I just got back from my cabin, and so, extra beer bottles.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, enough said. Cabin.
Yeah.
We get it.
Hey, man, everybody's got that neighbor. It's full to the brim.
Yep. I am that neighbor.
Okay, so I've been a wildlife rehabber for over 30 years now, and I've had a lot of gross stories, but I think the one that probably was the worst for me was, do you know what botworms are?
Botlin?
Botworms.
Botworms?
No.
No, but I already know. I don't want to know.
All right. It's not fun.
They're the larvae of bot flies.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
Basically, they're a really big maggot.
Cool.
But unlike normal, the maggots you usually think of when you think of a maggot that eat dead flesh, these ones prefer live flesh.
Oh.
And
it's right on Miles's alley.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, we had a seagull that came in, and and I put it under anesthesia so we could examine it.
Did you say a seagull?
And a seagull, yeah.
Okay.
And so I put it under anesthesia. I have it laying in the crate. It's like the top is taken off of the crate. And I look over because I notice movement out of my peripheral, and I see the seagull is undulating, and it's knocked out. And I went and got the director, and I said, Shirley, that bird's undulating. And she came back to look, and she says, what the hell? Pick it up. I picked up the seagull, and I am not joking when I tell you hundreds of botworms fell out of this thing.
Nope. No.
Why do you want to save a seagull? Who cares? I mean, I hate to be that guy, but they're everywhere.
Well, it's not. It didn't ask to be a seagull. Everything's entitled to the life that's living.
Okay, answer this question for us. Miles and I were talking about birds earlier because that's what we do. We both agreed that turkeys are very stupid. Crows are very smart. Then we went outside and we saw seagulls. And my bird rate, are you sure?
This is a C- student easy.
That's what I said. The seagull gets let
go.
They're stupid.
Seagulls are hilarious birds. They have so much personality.
Really?
All right.
Well, I'm going to take your word for it, man. I don't know. I was like, that's like a C
They
student.
see a piece of food, they all scream at it. Still to come, Taryn Daly, Steve Mix from Daily News Morning Show. Joining us, we'll sit and spin 10 songs that are as old as the Seahawks. And we got your emails coming up next in the men's room at KISW.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
At Homes.com, we do whatever it takes to get you the in-depth info on local schools you won't find anywhere else. Things like student-teacher ratio, test scores, and school programs. And sometimes that requires attending school recitals. So many recitals.
That's my son. Isn't he terrific?
Yeah, a real prodigy. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
It's always amazing to see how quickly your child grows, and I'm not just talking about their height. From those early babbles to full-on storytelling, getting to watch how their ideas, creativity, and confidence develop over the years is honestly pretty incredible. Sometimes they surprise you with what they come up with, and Lego bricks can be right there with them through all of those stages. It's not just a toy, it's a full creative building journey that keeps evolving as they do. Lego Sets Play starts as early as 1.5 with Lego Duplo, the bigger bricks designed for little hands that are just starting to explore and build. Then around age 4, kids transition to the smaller Lego bricks, and suddenly you're watching real structures take shape, real ideas form, and their imagination really take off. They begin with simple stacking, but over time they grow into full-on creators, building worlds, stories, and things you never would have expected. That's the kind of magic of Lego bricks. You're not buying a phase, you're starting a journey. Learn more and start building today with Lego bricks.
Hey, it's Captain Ron, and as a Washington native, it's so important for me to work with companies who love it here just as much as I do. I want someone who calls it I-5 and not the 5, or laughs at me when I say I kind of miss the Tacoma aroma. That's why I use Pinky's Plumbing for every plumbing need I have. They're rooted in Seattle. They get Seattle. So remember, not all heroes wear capes, but in Seattle, our hometown heroes wear a big old pig on the side of their van. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
When your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinky's.
No matter why your clients give, their donations can do so much more with a donor-advised fund from DAF Giving 360. They can donate cash, publicly traded securities, or other non-cash items like real estate and even crypto, while recommending grants at any time. DAF Giving 360 can offer you over 25 years of expertise, bringing donors, financial advisors, and even charities together to make a greater impact. Learn more at dafgiving360.org/advisors. dafgiving360.org/advisors. This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
At Homes.com, we do whatever it takes to get you the in-depth info on local schools you won't find anywhere else. Things like student-teacher ratio, test scores, and school programs. And sometimes that requires attending school recitals. So many recitals.
That's my son. Isn't he terrific?
Yeah, a real prodigy. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
It's always amazing to see how quickly your child grows, and I'm not just talking about their height. From those early babbles to full-on storytelling, getting to watch how their ideas, creativity, and confidence develop over the years is honestly pretty incredible. Sometimes they surprise you with what they come up with, and Lego bricks can be right there with them through all of those stages. It's not just a toy, it's a full creative building journey that keeps evolving as they do. Lego Sets Play starts as early as 1.5 with Lego Duplo, the bigger bricks designed for little hands that are just starting to explore and build. Then around age 4, kids transition to the smaller Lego bricks, and suddenly you're watching real structures take shape, real ideas form, and their imagination really take off. They begin with simple stacking, but over time they grow into full-on creators, building worlds, stories, and things you never would have expected. That's the kind of magic of Lego bricks. You're not buying a phase, you're starting a journey. Learn more and start building today with Lego bricks.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, still to come in minutes. Taryn Daly, Steve Mix from the Daily Mix Morning Show joining us. We're going to sit and spin. We've got 10 songs as old as your Seattle Seahawks, which would be 50 years old. But first time for a few emails from the men's room at KISW.com. I had a couple on the mess. Many years ago when I worked at Starbucks in Arizona, I had to clean the drain that we rinsed the Frappuccino blender pitchers. The mix of chocolate, milk, and other stuff actually smelled like a nasty toilet.
I can believe that.
Guys, a husband ended up cleaning the entire center console of my Ram truck full of vomits when I had a gallbladder attack. It was over 3 inches deep. He's a great husband. That's better than chili dogs and tequila, which I did. The day we pulled our carpet up was the day we would no longer have carpets, and we went hardwood. It was black and disgusting. And you know where the dog was? Where you walked all the time, the spots that I would lay on the floor, not realizing I'm basically laying in pee.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man.
Worst thing I ever had to clean up was a blowout to my son's diaper when I was shopping. It was back to front. Had to figure out how to change in the men's room at the mall with no changing table.
The sink, man. Like, sorry, that's just how it's going to go.
Couple more. I had an entire shelf of motor oil collapse and break open. That stuff fights against being mopped. What
Yes,
else
it
we
does.
got? Worked in a dog grooming service for about 18 years now. Sometime around 2014, my salon was offered free grooms to rescue groups. One group brought in a very large Bernese mountain dog.
Yeah.
They mentioned she was somewhat lethargic and chalked it up to her just being shy. Long story short, said pup ended up having a horrific intestinal worm problem. And she violently excreted during her blow dry. We used high-velocity blow dryers. So wind combined with bloody warm feces and a catastrophic mess all over the bathroom, all over the bathing room. Due to an unfortunate high turnover rate of employees, none of them could stomach it. And me being the longest tenured employee, I was tasked with cleaning said mess from both the room and the dog. The walls were textured, and I had to scoop, scrub, and eventually convince the owner the only way to fully clean everything was to pressure wash the entire room. I shaved a poop chute on the dog and combed out the rest of the worms so she would look pretty in her adoption photos. Nothing is ever free. That from the Ninja Groomer.
Ew, man.
That sounds horrific.
Yes.
Okay, let's see here. Time for a birthday or two from the men's, brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
Yeah, we only got one birthday. Let's see here. It says, Ola Bachola's longtime listener and fan since the buzz. My husband, Huck, turned 62 today.
Huck, what the?
Instead of retiring, we are raising 2 and a 4-year-old grandchild. Can the Dirty Germans give him a shout-out, a little encouragement, and some dad jokes? That from his spacey wife of 37 years.
Yeah, tonight when your wife comes home, drop your pants and say, hey, wanna Huck?
Yeah, so be surprised what comes out of her.
Yeah. No.
Or some other place that doesn't speak.
Show her your huckleberries.
Okay, a couple dad jokes. What do you call a pod of musical whales? What do you call a pod of musical whales?
I don't know.
An orchestra.
It's right there. It is right frickin' there.
How do you steal a coat? How do you steal a coat?
jack it.
You jack it.
Jacket.
Here's some geeky ones. Guys, I saw a snake that was 3.14 inches long.
It was a python?
It was a python. Why couldn't the jalapeno practice archery?
Because he doesn't have an arrow?
It doesn't have an arrow.
Right there.
How many whales are there in the ocean, Ted? How many whales are in the ocean?
Thousands.
All of them. And? This is stupid. Finally, what's the Seahawk defense's favorite dessert? What is the Seahawk defense's favorite dessert?
Boston cream pie.
Turnovers.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice. Go Hawks.
That's right. All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
With a detailed agent directory you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Looking for a listing agent's contact info? We've got it. The agent with the most sales in your price range? Easy. Specialized agents with all the up-to-date info on your dream neighborhood? We'll know them. A Pisces who enjoys long walks on the beach? You've got other sites for that.
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
If you're an experienced pet owner, you already know that having a pet is 25% belly rubs, 25% yelling, drop it, and 50% groaning at the bill from every pet visit. Which is why Lemonade Pet Insurance is tailor-made for your pet and can save you up to 90% on vet bills. It can help cover checkups, emergencies, diagnostics, basically all the stuff that makes your bank account get nervous. Claims are filed super easily through the Lemonade app and half get settled instantly. Get a quote at lemonade.com/pet and they'll help cover the vet bill for whatever your pet swallowed after you yelled, drop it.
His room returns with Miles and Thrill.
All right, check out of it's a 5:08. We'll drink and toast for the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check out with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. According to a new study, we should be treating ultra-processed foods more like cigarettes than food.
Yeah, but the difference is people like ultra-processed food, so it won't happen.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
I mean, that's it, right?
People are having
100%.
People have an easier time going around and dealing with ultra-processed food, so
because we like the taste. And look, smoking absolutely is not healthy. I'm a smoker. I know that.
We like the taste,
but
we
the
like
leading
the cost.
cause, heart disease. I'm like, I ain't gonna regulate French fries. You know why? Because everybody likes French fries.
Correct.
I ain't gonna touch ultra-processed food. It's basic math on that.
Good taste, good price point, good convenience.
Yep.
That's not going anywhere. That's not going anywhere.
I've been arguing that for years. I'm like, look, do what you got to do with cigarettes. I get it. Do what you got to do with booze. I get it. But these are not the number one killers.
No.
The number one killers you're not going to touch because we like our salt and we like our fried food. Mm-hmm. So just don't say, it's about your health. Like, okay. It's about what you can tax, brother.
Again, I agree. Take control of your health.
But you're not going to because it tastes too good.
That's right.
And it's cheap.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
I mean, that's a massive issue, right? I'm saying for a lot of people though, like it's just more expensive.
Yeah, you can't really afford. A lot of people cannot afford just to buy healthy food, and then when you do, it tastes like ass.
That's what you get at the end.
You spend extra money for a meal you don't enjoy.
Damn it! As a part of the America 250 tour, the world's largest steam engine is making its way back to Utah. Cool.
Good for you, Utah. I didn't know that was where it came.
That's
Continental Railroad, maybe, and not really put the Golden Spike where it finally met. The I believe the final golden spike they put in to connect East and West Coast, and whatever that first train track was in Utah. So
my grandfather used to work on a scenic tour like that. It was like a dinner,
Yeah. How far did it go?
I think it was maybe a day and a half or 2 days.
Damn.
Because they had sleeper beds and all that. Basically, people booked this trip, and he took the scenic route on a steam train and whatever. He was the dude with a pocket watch and helping people out. He loved it.
But the steam train counted as the choo-choo train.
Pretty much.
But we don't have choo-choo trains now, right? Well, when I was a kid, it was a choo-choo train.
A lot of those burn coal.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of them burn diesel, but diesel it's too potent for a people train, so to speak.
Right.
So they typically use steam just because it didn't stink. Everybody in the back gets blasted with diesel.
All right. Archived documents have shown a decline in lead exposure since the establishment of the EPA.
Well, that's kind of their job.
Good job. We're getting the lead out of people.
Cool.
The EPA.
They outlawed lead paint, right?
Right.
You can't really use that anymore. Actually, you're not supposed to use it at all, blah, blah, blah.
And
the
it was
EPA is like, yes, this is exactly what you were hoping would be the outcome of that.
And it was hair samples.
What do you mean?
That's the archived documents. They're from hair samples from
I've heard that.
back before the EPA was a thing.
There was a guy that ended up getting charged with, I don't know if it was direct homicide, but he owned like a 12-unit apartment complex. He kept repainting the balconies with lead paint. Knew it was illegal, but one of the tenants that was there had a little kid. The little kid would sit on the front porch and play, and like little kids do, ate some paint chips. Ooh. They couldn't figure out why the kid was getting sick. They ran a battery test. They're accusing the mother, and then it was the hair sample. They're like, why does this kid have so much lead in their system? That's unbelievable. It tested the water, all this stuff. Finally went outside, and one of the more astute investigators is like, the paint is chipping. Everyone said, yeah, but you can't use lead paint. You go, well, you're not supposed to use lead paint.
Right.
They tested the
can.
paint. Oh, yeah. Realized it was that, put it on the landlord, and all the scrap came down.
Put your thinking caps on, gents. Time for the Merriam-Webster word of the day. It is an H word brought to you. It's a verb brought to you by the letter H. I give you guys a 50% chance of success on this one. This is kind of one of those wild and wacky words. But to do this to somebody is to trick or deceive them. Again, an H word.
Hoodwink.
Hoodwink. I like it. No, but it is right up that alley.
I'm glad you like it, and I'm wrong.
It's right.
You'd be a great game show. I love that answer. You are so wrong.
See, Alistair Beck just hated on people that got no.
He did. That was wrong.
I'll say hijinks.
Hijinks. No, not that one. If it helps at all, he is it's also the name of a famous wrestler that was a little person.
Hogsworth?
So close. Hornswoggle is the word that we're looking for.
Hornswoggle.
Yeah.
That is a great word. Does anyone use it?
No.
If you
I got
do,
hornswoggled again. Also could be hoodwinked.
It could be hoodwinked. That was Steve's.
if someone says hornswoggle, just know the person you're talking to is in fact a ghost. I got hornswoggled.
That was hornswoggled.
He died 120 years ago. Yeah.
MIT researchers have developed a small ultrasound device that could help women test breast tissue at home. And apparently, it weighs like as much as a pineapple, so it's very easy to work with at home.
Okay.
Or you could just ask your husband. He will check your breast tissue.
I don't know what I'm looking for, Mama.
That's right. It's definitely there. There it is.
First we get clinical, then I get cynical.
And your breasts are identical.
Well, one's
Always. Always.
Do you sleep on your right?
Why do you ask? No reason.
No reason. A new study found that teenagers with strong family bonds are more than twice as likely to thrive socially as adults.
You don't
Yeah,
say.
nice.
What do you know?
How much do we pay for this stuff? That's my question. Ultimately, all right. What do we pay for this bit? A ball is round. Like what? Who pays for this?
The most effective bouncing balls
Thank
are
you,
round.
but how much did that cost us?
They really should.
Because someone got a
that
grant for that. Someone got a grant to study that.
Right.
So,
But they do it over a period
but
of
they
years.
approved the grant
Right.
and said, yes, this is worthy of study.
And the thing is that
I'd rather wonder why one of my boys falls farther down than the other. You know,
Someone's
anything-
going to study.
Anything.
Yeah.
I want to be the person that can at least, I want to be able to be the person who approves the grants. Say, well, we're going to study if teens, that communicate more with the parents, have a better social life. The answer is yes. Denied. Get out of here.
the answer is yes.
Yeah.
We don't need to look this
We're
up.
going to fund the EPA study. The answer is yes.
This in no
Get
way
out of
furthers
here.
our society.
Right. We know.
Apparently, 1 in 3 young people hits their parents these days.
Say what now?
And some keep doing it into their 20s. 30% of
What?
young people hit their parents.
That's on the parents, man. I'm telling you that right now.
That
My
was-
kids have never done that, and I guess there's a look on my face that says, if you want to die today and make that be your last thing,
Correct.
here's your moment.
Right. If I ever hit my dad,
You wouldn't know me.
that would be the.
So the one time I was feeling so good, I'm 16. I don't remember what I did, but I do remember it was one of those, wait till your father gets home, and legitimately it was. I hear him downstairs, and my door swung open, and I've been psyching myself up for 2 hours, right? Between the time I get home from school, trouble with mom, for whatever I did, it was worthy, it was bad. Dad gets home from work, and before he does anything, he's going to confront me. And I guess I had to look on my face, and he just says, there's something you want to say. I looked him right in the eye, and I said, no. I just understood in that moment, like, nope.
Back up off this hill.
Yep, I'm not dying on that hill, brother.
A new study found that second-guessing yourself may be more detrimental if you have anxiety.
Well, again,
Right.
you funded this study, someone with anxiety.
Right.
Yes.
You already second-guess yourself with everything that you do.
God.
I was going to say, that's probably why they're anxious.
Correct.
That's part of it.
And I understand it's scary to make the decision. Trust me when I say the consequences of not making that decision are worse than making the wrong one.
Just make a decision.
Right.
You'll be fine.
Right. Just move. Movement is better than staying still. Don't worry. You'll recover if you screw it up.
That is true.
You can come back from it. You'll be okay. Somebody asked the people on Reddit about the luxuries that you can never go back from once you experience them, and we've got an entire list.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
This comes to us from Ask Reddit. Is there any luxuries that you guys can think of? So the taste of the high life that you've had that you've kept in your life after you've had it. Like, nope, I can't ever go back.
I don't think anyone looks at it as a luxury. But years of just being broke and having to go to the laundromat, blah, blah, blah. This is standard fare, but a washer and dryer in my home. And like I said, I know it's not like a luxury, but man,
It's not on the list, but that is a damn good.
I can live without a lot of stuff, and I don't mean electricity and water, but I'm saying that quote unquote normal stuff. I don't care. A washer and dryer, absolutely have that in your home if you can.
One thing that I'll just say there is not having neighbors on the other side of a wall from me or under my floor or above my ceiling.
Yep.
Just being able to have my own spot. That's
Speaking of own spot, that's mine. So living in Fremont, you have to pay the city to park on the street. Or you get a pass or whatever that is.
Right.
But they stick a sticker on your car. But they still charge you for it. At least I think they do. But I have a garage. It's a one-car, tight little garage.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about a place to park.
You don't have to pay to park in front of your own freaking
exactly.
home.
Yeah.
Or try to find a spot and drive around all the time.
Yep. I love it.
I'm a thrill washer and dryer. I
Dude,
mean, I lived Capitol Hill for years, and it was across the hall, but just sometimes it's just in use.
It's in use. And
Also,
you just can't motivate yourself to do it.
Also, you can't turn over someone else's laundry.
Right.
You're not going to go in there and put money in the dryer to move their stuff so you can do your wash.
No, you'll take it out.
It's like being married. It's like, why don't you move your crap over when it's done, dude?
Miles, this one's right up your alley there, bud. A bidet.
Oh, yeah.
Will you ever go back?
I'm telling you what, man. Since I got a stand-up shower put in, like a bath fitter thing.
Yeah.
And Piggy's helped me put that in.
Yeah.
And then I got the bidet, and Piggy's put that in too. My bathroom now is like, I walk in there, I'm like, this is the best room in my house.
I'll spend all my time.
I'm not going to fall in the tub, knock on wood.
You just put a TV in there.
Yeah, right.
I don't really need toilet paper in here. I just splash and go.
Splash and go. That's what they should call instead of a bidet.
Shoot that stuff right up in the gooch, get it nice and clean.
Miles, you also nailed number 13 here, a garage.
Okay.
Same amount of people said a dishwasher as well.
I actually don't mind washing. I would rather hand wash my dishes because I still hand wash like my knives and my pots and pans.
Sure.
Not the plates, glasses, whatever. But I will take a washer and dryer over a dishwasher any day of the week.
When I was growing up, my grandparents, their home did not have a dishwasher in it, and when they
Until you showed up.
they finally So they finally splurged and got themselves a dishwasher. There were only two people shortly after they did. We had a family gathering, whatever. There were only two people that ever said, "Hey, you got a dishwasher." They were the only two people that actually did the dishes.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever Grandma and Grandpa had a
They will
party,
notice.
it was my mom and my uncle.
Yeah.
Hey, look, you got a dishwasher in here. This person says a housekeeper once or twice a month. It says, remember, money's a tool that can buy back time. Never had a housekeeper, so I don't.
Never had a housekeeper, but I'm fairly good about cleaning up after myself. Kids make that a little more difficult, but
Sure.
I used to have one regularly, but I used one before Christmas. Just had people coming into town.
Yeah.
Just like deep clean everything. It is very nice.
Nice. Just get to those nooks and crannies that you don't even think about or see.
Yeah, and I mean, frankly, I just am not the cleanest person.
I feel you. I'm there.
So like picking up is fine, but like I don't know, I just don't scrub my tub.
Gotcha.
God,
You
that
know?
sucks.
Right?
Yeah, and with the kids, man, I'm just like, Jesus. Like, they break you. Like, I need to scrub this.
Yeah.
Because apparently you're working in the coal mine, and I did not know that. Like, what do you get on you? I thought you just went to school and came home. What is this from? Jesus,
What the
man.
hell is this grime here? Luxuries that you can never go back from an electric toothbrush.
I have one, but it doesn't.
Mine's
it's
a
fine.
throwaway. Like, I've got one that just...
Oh, the disposable.
Oh, yeah, it just goes after a while.
I had a really nice one the guy sent to me, and it absolutely got fried.
Oh, really?
no.
I don't know if it was like a charge in the, like if I had a short or something in my outlet.
That's cool when something's wet.
But
and
I
then
can
it
see,
shorts
like,
up.
this thing has almost caught on fire. This is not good.
Yeah, I mean, I can deal with the normal toothbrush.
Right? I actually switched back to a manual, and I was okay with that.
If it has hard bristles, I hate those soft bristle ones.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
like you're
with you.
rubbing toilet paper on my teeth. Like, are you doing anything?
Right. I want you scrubbed.
And, to be honest with you, anytime we go out of town, like the toothbrush and the toiletry bag is not electric.
Yes. Agreed. Yeah, because the one time that you bring your electric toothbrush on there, unless it's got its own little carry case inside your bag. Son of a gun. Not having to look at prices while buying groceries.
Well,
I always do.
I don't have to, but I prefer to because I just we're getting
Especially,
chilled.
especially now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because I look at a steak sometimes and go, that is not worth $16.
Everything, man. And then we go out of town so much because of the kids' volleyball. Everywhere we go is about half the cost of what you get in King County.
Right.
Same grocery, same company. You know, a can of Campbell's goddamn soup somehow is half as much. So I don't want to, but we can't help it when we go to the grocery store. Like, this is ridiculous.
I got one. All right. I travel maybe 3 times a month.
Okay.
Or a year. just as far as family, taking a vacation, whatever. So, depending on the cost of the flight, I will try to get a business class seat. That way, at least I can drink.
Oh, yeah.
So, for me, it's right there, man. I mean, like, look, it's a little bit more, but also they'll check a bag for me if I want them to, or whatever the deal is. I don't get nickel and dime. I know what the price is going to be. Yes, it's going to be more, but if I want another Jack and Coke, guess who's getting another Jack and Coke?
Number 4 on the list, business class on flights over 8 hours.
Oh, I do it on 2 hours.
I bet to say, not even 8 hours.
I don't care.
Man.
Over 8 hours is big, yeah.
No. I'll definitely be in that for that.
Hell yeah.
But I mean, I'm talking about just going down to Palm Springs over the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm business.
Well, half the time, if it's the price point, if you're going to get three drinks on a flight,
it adds up to business class.
It does. You know, we flew down to Vegas for the lady's 30th birthday. We went first class on that one. That was fantastic.
God forbid there's a delay. Because if there's a delay, there's often times where I can run up a bar tab that's close to the price of that airline ticket.
Oh, yeah.
It's like another hour and a half.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because, a double shot is what, $20-some.
It is very pricey. Yes, we just had this experience like, oh my God, it's not like we're hammered, man.
Right.
We got to drink. We did
and
We did first class with the kids once, and it's one of those deals. We just got upgraded.
Nice.
Like I see my wife freaking out of the counter. I'm like, what? Like, dude, we got upgraded.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cool. So the kids don't know that we did not pay for this, all right? And we sit down, and they're like, this is a money shot. We're like, yeah. And my son looks at me and goes, Dad, why don't we do this more often? And he got a crash course on the price of having children in the current economic. Because of you.
I'll tell you something else.
That's why. Man, enjoy, smell the seat, brother, because this ain't happening again.
SeaTac jacked the price up of parking.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
So last time I was gone for 5 days, whatever the deal was. And I want to say that my total bill was around $175.
Okay.
All right. If I would have Ubered to the airport and back, it would have been about $220. It was $110 each way from frickin' Fremont. It was cheaper for me to drive my car and park it at SeaTac than it was to take transportation.
Once again, King County has some of the most expensive Uber, and there's reasons for that. But go anywhere else, you will be stunned at how much cheaper it is. Actually, my wife and I, we have a trip coming up with the kids, and we did the math on this. It's cheaper for us, and we're including parking, airline tickets, and all that. We're going to rent a car here, drive it to Vancouver, drop it off there, fly to Vancouver, save a couple $100 just by doing that, to our destination, fly back to Vancouver, rent a car, and drive back to Seattle. And the difference is almost like $900.
Oh, my God.
Because she's like, I said, look, man, if we're saying, let's just spend a night in Vancouver then.
Right.
Go to the airport, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it's cheaper to rent the car, drive internationally, fly somewhere, fly back, drive internationally again, and save hundreds upon hundreds of dollars.
Also splurge on a good bottle of whiskey every once in a while. Sometimes it's like closer to $60-$70.
Yeah.
Because I can buy like Old Granddad for $30, and that's perfectly fine. But I mean, sometimes... Yes. There's nothing wrong with Old Granddad.
Luxuries that you can never go back from. They say a good bed and a good pillow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's hit and miss.
I did get one of those platforms. I got it from Bedrooms and More up on 45th and Wallingford.
Yeah, box springs are out.
Because of my acid reflux, I need to lift my head a little bit, and it really has helped.
All right.
But man, also, if this thing vibrates and lifts your leg up, it's got this leisure position where you press it, goes, kind of like a Craftmatic, man. And then I hit that vibrator on, drop my boys on it, and I'm asleep in like 30 seconds.
Just jiggle
this thing
the
is
testicles.
absolutely awesome.
I can't sleep if my boys are vibrating. Very little commute, they say. Being able to walk to work or working remotely. Honestly, when I first I lived in Enumclaw when I started working here, so that was a crazy haul. But then I moved over to Issaquah. That was so much better having a 25-minute drive.
Sure.
But now I'm back in Tacoma.
And the problem is right now, at least in this city, it's not even the traffic, it's just all the construction.
Yeah.
On every freaking road that could possibly be constructed. My wife...
I saw her post.
Listen. She was hot all day, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, she called me just to vent one time. Like, you kind of answer the phone, and she's just screaming. And, I know she's not mad at me.
Yep.
And when she was done, sorry. I said, baby, I get it, man. You just got to get it out of your system. But, yeah, she put a post. She is...
But also where you guys are at, I'm there. My house is there, but every route to it is closed off.
It is. It's staggering.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And they have spent 7 years on a 3-year project.
Right.
And that's the part that blows your mind. So my wife and I, we've taken it upon ourselves. We just moved their goddamn cones.
There you go.
We do not care anymore. I've thrown a couple of them in places they can't find them. Just out of frustration. ironically enough, last night, while my wife is super hot, and here's the thing: when they're done with all this construction, where we are, it's just to make the situation worse.
Yeah.
So you're spending all this money and there's no idiot that cannot figure this out except here. Anyway, we had moved the traffic cones out of the way, which is illegal, and asked me if I'd given out. Anyway, a cop last night, as we're pulling into our driveway, they got a call for something, right? So they light up and go zooming down the road in the opposite direction. And my wife looks at me and goes, that cop is so glad I moved the traffic cones because he'd have had to detour his ass and go like 7 blocks in a different direction. I'm like, good on you, babe.
Well done.
Good on you.
And then I'll leave you with this last and final luxury that you can never go back from. We kind of hit on it a little bit earlier, but it is just as simple as having your own place. Having roommates can be a nice way to save money, especially in an urban area, but it's really hard to go back once you've had a space all to yourself.
Okay. Even that's a massive one. I didn't even think about that, but it would be very hard to live with a roommate.
Would you move back home? I wouldn't. I mean, I don't care what financial situation I'm in. Like, I will be homeless. I have done it. I'm not there in the space, yeah.
A woman in South Korea discovered that her husband cheated on her, and he'll never be the same after what she did to him.
Why will he not be the same?
I'll tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve a Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast an unidentified man from Melbourne, Australia. Now, over the weekend, he and his friend, they were kicked out of a strip club. We're not sure why, but we've all been to strip clubs. We can kind of guess. Maybe they got hands, they got drunk, whatever. No big deal. But they're escorted out by a security guard. Now, our honoree, he was not pleased with the escort, so he walked to a nearby restaurant and grabbed a free chair. He then picked the chair up over his head and threw it with all of his might at the security guard. Now, the bouncer, he ended up grabbing his stomach and he doubled over in laughter because the chair missed him and hit the guy's friend and knocked his ass out.
Right, because you could see that his buddy's still kind of arguing with the bouncer.
That?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and the beauty of this is, I guess when the cops showed up, the bouncer's like, I'm not pressing charges, man. He's like, this is like the funniest thing that's happened in my day. Not worry, water under the bridge.
The only thing I've been able to find is the dude that got hit with the chair, all right? He went down quick.
All I heard is that he was knocked unconscious. I do not know. I don't know. It was a good throw. He just...
And there's a longer version where he's grabbing that chair from the restaurant. And they're like, stop.
Right. Oh, yeah, this guy. And then misses the bouncer entirely. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy. So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
All right, it's going to get tested on the line now for Profile This, 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Huddle up. We got one play. Everything we work for comes down to this.
Quick question. Speaking of workouts, how would you rate your athletic program?
Bro, we're in the middle of the state championship.
Oh, so like a B+ then?
Dude, get out of our huddle.
Well, at Homes.com, we leave it all on the field to get you detailed information on local schools.
Off the field.
Off the field. Copy. All right, go sports.
How did he even get in here?
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
It's always amazing to see how quickly your child grows, and I'm not just talking about their height. From those early babbles to full-on storytelling, getting to watch how their ideas, creativity, and confidence develop over the years is honestly pretty incredible. Sometimes they surprise you with what they come up with, and Lego bricks can be right there with them through all of those stages. It's not just a toy, it's a full creative building journey that keeps evolving as they do. Lego Sets Play starts as early as 1.5, with Lego Duplo, the bigger bricks designed for little hands that are just starting to explore and build. Then around age 4, kids transition to the smaller Lego bricks, and suddenly you're watching real structures take shape, real ideas form, and their imagination really take off. They begin with simple stacking, but over time they grow into full-on creators, building worlds, stories, and things you never would have expected. That's the kind of magic of Lego bricks. You're not buying a phase, you're starting a journey. Learn more and start building today with Lego bricks.
Hey, it's Captain Ron, and as a Washington native, it's so important for me to work with companies who love it here just as much as I do. I want someone who calls it I-5 and not the 5, or laughs at me when I say I kind of miss the Tacoma aroma. That's why I use Pinky's Plumbing for every plumbing need I have. They're rooted in Seattle. They get Seattle. So remember, not all heroes wear capes, but in Seattle, our hometown heroes wear a big old pig on the side of their van. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
When your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinkies.
No matter why your clients give, a donor-advised fund from DAF Giving 360 makes charitable giving simple and efficient. They can get a tax deduction upon funding an account, and their assets can potentially grow tax-free as they recommend when and where to give. DAF Giving 360 has over 25 years of experience bringing donors, financial advisors, and charities together to make a greater impact. Learn more at dafgiving360.org/advisors.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
With a detailed agent directory you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Looking for a listing agent's contact info? We've got it. The agent with the most sales in your price range? Easy. Specialized agents with all the up-to-date info on your dream neighborhood? We'll know them. A Pisces who enjoys long walks on the beach? You've got other sites for that.
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
If you're an experienced pet owner, you already know that having a pet is 25% belly rubs, 25% yelling, drop it, and 50% groaning at the bill from every pet visit. Which is why Lemonade Pet Insurance is tailor-made for your pet and can save you up to 90% on vet bills. It can help cover checkups, emergencies, diagnostics, basically all the stuff that makes your bank account get nervous. Claims are filed super easily through the Lemonade app, and half get settled instantly. Get a quote at lemonade.com/pet, and they'll help cover the vet bill for whatever your pet swallowed after you yelled, drop it.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
As Steven Throwhook, please serve everyone out. Profile This is played.
Oh, it sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes a story a story. Hello, Luke. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola. All right, Luke, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, of course.
Fantastic. So today you have a choice of one of 3 categories. We offer you interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone. Seriously, where you guess the petty conflict that led to violence. And finally today, a brand new category called In the Buff, where the person is in fact naked, and neither you tell us why or where.
Let's go with seriously.
I'm as mad as hell. I'm not going to take this anymore.
All right, a man's aggressive pursuit has led to his arrest after he tried to barge into a woman's bedroom while demanding something. 47-year-old Brian Champagne of Seymour, Missouri. He also threatened the victim's son during the confrontation, which was recorded on video. He now faces first-degree stalking charges. Now, the victim called the police around 7:30 p.m. local time asking for help. After the officers arrived, They tried talking to Champagne, who was described as, quote, uncooperative and argumentative. He kept asking the police why they were being so rude to him and why he was being treated as a criminal. Well, the victim said that Champagne tried fighting her son, but there was no contact as she managed to separate the two. Now, the woman said she had video proof of Champagne trying to enter her bedroom. And the clip shows Champagne demanding something while stating that he was going to beat the boy's head in and kill him. Well, after the confrontation, Champagne, as well as the victim and her son, they went back to separate areas of the home because that's right, they all share a home together. It remains unclear how Champagne and the victim know each other or why they seemingly share a residence, but that's the case. Anyway, he's been arrested. His dumbass is in jail. So the question I have for you, Luke, is what was this man demanding? Was it sex? Was it a Pepsi? Was it a video game console or her medication? So sex, a Pepsi, video game console, or her medication.
What do you guys think?
He's in Missouri.
He's in Missouri. It doesn't say how old he is, but he's a grown man. And this woman, her son, is also a grown man.
Luke, I'm going video game console.
And then assaults.
Tries to assault the son.
Threatens to fight the son. She managed to separate them, so there's no physical contact. But he's trying to break into her bedroom, demanding something from her.
Oh, my gosh. And you said the options were...
Sex, Pepsi, video game console, or her medication.
I'm going to go with the medication, considering there might be some marijuana involved, because I know that can be refined into actual medicine.
Oh, sure.
It can be. Yeah. You can just smoke
I
it
think it's a
straight up.
Pepsi.
Pepsi for 10. What was this thing all about? Was it about sex, Pepsi, a video game console, or her medication? We will find out next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to The Men's Room.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
With comprehensive reports on local schools you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Curious about where a school ranks in the state? Look no further. Percentage of teachers in their first or second year? We've got it. Lowest student-teacher ratio? No problem. The best cafeteria lunch in the district for your 9-year-old food blogger? Would it surprise you if we said yes?
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Just got a new puppy or kitten? Congrats. But also, yikes. Between crates, beds, toys, treats, and those first few vet visits, you've probably already dropped a small fortune, which is where Lemonade Pet Insurance comes in. It helps cover vet costs so you can focus on what's best for your new pet. The coverage is customizable, sign-up is quick and easy, and your claims are handled in as little as 3 seconds. Pro tip, Lemonade offers a package specifically for puppies and kittens. Get a quote at lemonade.com/pet. Your future self will thank you. Your pet won't. They don't know what insurance is.
Very seriously on profile, let's get a man who had a little aggressive behavior toward a woman's son. Apparently barged into the house, beat on her door, tried to fight her son. Mm-hmm. Question is, what was this all about? Was it about sex, a Pepsi, a video game console, or her medication?
And Luke, that is the very question we posed to you. And you said medication, probably weed, because it can be ground up to make medication. Well, bad news. It was not, in fact, medication. Miles, you went with a video game console, which is not unheard of, but it was not a video game console. And D. Ted Smith, you went with Pepsi, which is ridiculous. But then again, the category is called Seriously. So, yeah.
Pepsi. It's over a Pepsi.
A Pepsi. Not a 2-liter bottle of Pepsi, a pint of Pepsi.
People love Pepsi.
Apparently so. Yeah, he's trying to break into her bedroom because he wanted a Pepsi. Just my personal opinion, skip the man a Pepsi. That ain't worth it.
I'll go buy you one.
Give the brother a Pepsi.
Now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. You got the Jimmys,
Fallon and Kimmel,
Stephen Colbert, Seth Meyers, or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The title. These guys have teams of talents. Writers help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Punxsutawney Phil emerged from his hole or his home yesterday to say he saw his shadow and expects 6 more weeks of winter. With most of the country still covered in ice and snow, most reactions were, can we return to the days of eating Phil after the event?
The Ted Smith.
Yeah, that was me.
I like how they go through this every year. Like, he saw his shadow because the sun was out. Sorry, man. Just not to steal the magic. Punxsutawney Phil, but was the sun out? Okay.
Yeah, I really wanted to make that joke like no S, Sherlock. It's like, Phil, half the country's
Mike and I
covered
were
in
talking
ice.
about that. Like, what is this all about?
It's a tradition.
I know,
I get
but
it.
yeah.
And it dates back, right? People used to use beetles to tell weather too.
So is
Did
D-Day.
they?
Yeah.
Hey, I took a look outside. It's been chilly out.
It's about 45 degrees. It's going to rain.
It was Groundhog Day, and Punxsutawney Phil predicted 6 more weeks of winter when he emerged from his shadow and immediately shattered.
Fallon. Yeah, Fallon.
Myers.
It was Groundhog Day, and Punxsutawney Phil predicted 6 more weeks of winter when he emerged from his burrow and immediately shattered.
Amtrak unveiled a new limited edition tracksuit inspired by their new next-gen Excella fleet. Not to be confused with the New Jersey Transit tracksuit, which is just a tracksuit.
Fallon. Yeah, Fallon, yeah.
Seth.
Amtrak last week unveiled a limited edition so-called tracksuit inspired by its next-gen Acela fleet, not to be confused with the New Jersey Transit tracksuit, which is just a tracksuit.
All right. So obviously, Super Bowl, massive news in this town as the Seahawks are playing. I did watch the opening night last night, like Media Day as it used to be called. Mm-hmm. There's nothing too exciting.
No, it never.
You know, there's some goofy questions. What's his name? Guillermo from Fallon Show. He's always there. The security guard. It is funny, though. Like, when you're watching it, you can tell that's him. But other people are like, somebody just gave Sam Darnold a ham hat. He was like ham for Sam.
All right.
But like, I was watching it live, and it's like, well, it's not somebody. It's obviously,
sure.
It's not like a random dude came up with it. But like we said, most things, Seahawks seem loose, but obviously, like, you're not going to get too much out of them.
No.
For that kind of stuff. The other big talk, and the Patriots did their stuff too. I just didn't really pay attention. And frankly, when I got home, they were already done.
Mm-hmm.
The other big talk, there's been the talk for months here, has been Bad Bunny is the halftime performer.
Yeah.
Now, I get it. His songs are in Spanish. A lot of people probably don't speak Spanish. I will say this. I know some of his songs simply because they're catchy, and I'm like, that's got to be Bad Bunny.
Sure.
Right? I don't speak Spanish. But, you know, people are upset.
Baxter.
What's that?
I don't speak Spanish, Baxter.
Right? Other people. So it's like, the main thing is I would remind people, too, is that, like, at the end of the day, like, the NFL is trying to make that a global thing.
Yes.
Right? They want people from all over the world watching. I would also remind people that Puerto Rico is part of America.
Bing.
Kendrick won a Grammy. Bad Bunny won a Grammy. So apparently they're picking the right artist to perform as far as pop culture goes.
Oh, sure.
They're not missing that.
I mean, look, I like Kendrick Lamar. I didn't think that performance was that great. You know?
Sure.
Like, so, I mean, it's fine, too. Also, half the time at halftime, like, I'm just not that worried about it. I don't care who's performing.
At all.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right?
you know that for me, man, for years. I'm like, I hope it's a good performance. I'm sure I will see it, but telling me in advance means nothing to me. I'm a football fan.
It's
I don't
on.
care.
It's on like the commercials are.
But people are going to be upset no matter what you do. It doesn't matter who you put out there. Someone's going to be upset. So whoever you put out there, like, good on them. Like, all
Right, and half the time, to me, like a lot of the time, halftime's like, all right, let's eat some food.
Yes.
Let's do this or that.
And typically it's a one-shot deal. Once you do it, they don't really necessarily invite you back unless you are just huge. So once you did it, you've done it.
Correct.
So that they're not going to bring back the Stones or anybody like that.
I don't know how it's a thing. Like, if this is a problem that you have, you don't have enough problems in your life.
Well, and that's the other thing, too, right? A lot of people are going, it's not American because it's not in English.
He's American.
Sting's done it. YouTube's done it. Rolling Stones, Coldplay, Paul McCartney, Shania Twain, who's Canadian, The Who.
Who are English.
Right. So there's been a ton of them. Turning Point is also having their all-American show with Kid Rock.
Kid Rock did it with Janet Jackson and Timberlake. He's already done it.
Correct.
Yeah.
So somebody put out a list. They said the 5 worst Super Bowl.
5
halftime.
worst. All right.
Okay.
Some of these kind of make sense. Like number 5, they have the Black Eyed Peas. That was Super Bowl 45, 2011. All right.
I don't remember much about it other than people didn't enjoy it.
I remember Slash was there.
Correct. And that's basically what they said. They said audio issues to unexpired performances. Slash and Usher couldn't save this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And look, how should I phrase this? I won't say who, but I've seen a couple bands a couple times, and I've seen them before when I was like, this wasn't that good.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I said it for years. Frankly, the first time I saw the Rolling Stones, I didn't think it was that awesome.
Right.
And then I went, what was it, 2 summers ago? And it was great.
Sure.
Maybe I don't know if it was a different performance, whatever. I was just like, there's artists we play all the time. There's one, it's a massive Seattle band, and I've said some of the best shows I've ever seen are their shows.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the worst shows I've seen are their shows. Because it's just...
Yep, right.
In my world as a fan of music, after Prince did it, no one's going to top that.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, to me, it's like, 15 minutes, somebody doing whatever. Do not care. And I know a lot of people do care. I'm just, as a football fan, I'm like,
we saw Reunited Destiny's Child.
Which to some people, I'm sure was awesome.
Massive.
Yeah.
We're just like, hey, man,
don't care.
More time to get beer.
I also think, frankly, they just, now college does it. You got Thanksgiving.
Right,
There's so many halftime performances. I just don't know. Maybe to me, it's just lost some of the shine.
It has. Because it's not special or singular anymore.
I say the same thing every year. God, this has taken a long time. This is the longest halftime ever. These guys are getting stiff in there.
Correct. Number 4 on the list, they said the Blues Brothers. This was Super Bowl 31 back in 97. I don't think they're wrong here. They said they should have just retired the act when John Belushi died.
Agreed.
Yeah. I mean, they made the second movie. I never bothered to see it.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was fine, but...
Are you?
Did you watch it, Miles?
Blues Brothers 2000, is that what they call it?
No.
Yeah. Right, if me and you didn't watch it, I don't know too many other people. Yeah. You just brought it up and talk about Kid Rock and stuff, but Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake, Super Bowl 38. This was 2004. All right. The main gripe here is how Janet got blackballed for showing her bejeweled nipple, while Justin pretty much skated away from the controversy. But you're correct. The show also featured Diddy, didn't age well, Nelly, Kid Rock, and Jessica Simpson.
Oof.
That is an eclectic group there.
It is, but they were all huge at the time. It makes sense.
Correct. And you're still coming out of that early 2000s where late night, again, I go back to Total Request Live. There was just such a mashup of pop.
Sure, man, absolutely.
Right, boy bands, rappers were massive. It was they were all there together. Let's see. Then they just grouped together basically the Disney halftime shows. 91, 95, 2000.
I don't remember those.
I don't know.
So in 91, they had New Kids on the Block.
Okay.
Oh, that kind of Disney. Okay, it's different.
They still sell out. People still love them.
Yeah.
They put on a great show. I saw them last year. They're fantastic.
The second one had Tony Bennett and Patti LaBelle.
Nice.
I mean, both very talented artists. I just don't know if the Super Bowl is the flavor for them.
Right. It's like having Frank Sinatra out there.
Or Pavarotti. No, he's talented. I just don't know if this is the venue he needs to be in.
And then the third one, and this is just a crazy grouping here. This was in 2000. Phil Collins, Christina Aguilera, and Enrique Iglesias.
Jeez. Christina and Enrique, I get, but Phil Collins is a interesting one to have in there as well.
If you're going to have the other two, yeah, it makes him weird.
Right. And then they say the top one, the worst halftime shows of the modern era, 2019 Super Bowl 53.
Was that The Weeknd?
No. It's a band. The guy was shirtless a lot.
Oh, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
No.
Dang it. Oh, Maroon 5.
Maroon 5.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I don't remember it standing out. I guess maybe, again, it was just that bad. People didn't like it.
Yeah, I think it had a lot of calls to the FCC because he was shirtless and all that
Okay.
stuff. But people also they've got a bias against Maroon 5. It's not that they're incredible, but they're like Nickelback without being good.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
You're right. I think Adam Levine kind of turned some people off.
I agree.
Sure.
I mean, Nickelback, again, I put on our industry. We just played so much Nickelback
Yeah, you overplayed
that the
it.
backlash kind of came naturally. People were like, oh, we can't stand Nickelback. And look, some of their songs do sound alike. And but like we always say, but like, all right, they have a formula. Yeah.
And we tried to call him out, and he's like, yeah, dumbass, that's how we make money. We're like, good point.
And wasn't the Maroon 5 show wasn't that on some sort of an anniversary of the Prince show or the year that Prince had passed away? So he tried to do some sort of a tribute to him, or was that Justin Timberlake show?
I don't know.
I'm not positive.
I don't know. Timberlake's, I'm shocked that didn't make the list. Because his didn't come off exactly great either.
No.
People weren't super pumped. I mean, if anything, I almost remember the bloopers, right? Like, you'll still remember Katy Perry because was it Left Shark or Right
Left
Shark?
Yep.
One of them just got lost.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. Like, the only one I remember he just kind of got lost in the thing. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing.
It was cool when that line came out, though. Like, I was there and watching that thing stomp out. There's like, that's kind of neat. I don't care what you think. That thing's kind of neat.
Yeah, and look, I mean, the last one I remember really getting fired up about was like Dr. Dre and Snoop and all those guys. But they basically were just running back songs from my high school. So
Yes,
if you were
It was a
over,
nostalgia tour.
I was going to say, if you were between 40, if you were like over 40 and I don't know, under 60, like, and I remember I was at a house where like some people were kind of like, well, I don't understand. And everybody was like, oh, this is the S and this and that. It's like, right, but we all grew up on it and then went out to clubs and bars and partied with this music. So you're right. That's exactly it. It's just the nostalgia factor.
Sure.
But again, the same thing with the Usher and Ludacris and Lil Jon show, too. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah. But I don't know. Again, people get so fired up about just stupid stuff in my mind these days. It's like the halftime show,
dude.
Yeah.
It's a halftime show.
And listen, you can't please everybody all the time. I mean,
No,
you can't
won't,
please
so
every-
don't try.
Yeah. So it's just like, I don't know what you want them to do. At the end of the day, if you care about the game, watch the game. If you don't care about football, just hang out and eat the snacks.
Right, that's the part that surprises me about why people get so fired up. It's like, as long as I can remember, the Super Bowl halftime show has not been for fans.
It's not.
They haven't enjoyed. As long as I can remember, people have been upset with the show.
Long.
Right.
Do you remember who played the year you were there?
Yeah, that was Katy Perry.
That was Katy Perry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So you saw a famous one.
Like I said, it was cool. I didn't get to see Left Shark because I was staring down at the field. Like, I didn't see the doggone shark down there on the field.
Right.
But yeah, I don't. Guess what? Next year, you're not going to like what the halftime show is. It's going to be something that you do not care about, an artist that you don't listen to, you don't actually like their music. You're going to go, who?
Why are they there?
Let's get ahead of the game right now. You're not going to like next year either, or the year beyond that. It's not for the football fans.
Right.
They shouldn't even announce it.
No.
Just watch the goddamn game, and here it is.
Surprise.
I mean, look, again, I think it's, the artists, right, they don't even make money. They spend money and
Yeah, they
get
gotta
a
spend
budget.
money to do it.
But, like, they're going to go on a tour afterwards. So I'm sure Bad Bunny's already going on a tour. And you can't argue he's one of the biggest musical acts in the world right now. I was going to say, if you want to check out some of the Pro Bowl games, they're on ESPN.
Awesome.
Yeah. Selling point there. It's like, you got grown-up football players playing flag football.
Yeah, there's nothing on. Kraken are on. Thank God.
Oh, Kraken are on. There you
Something.
go.
Jesus. Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. We head to South Korea, where a man now has something in common with John Wayne Bobbitt. Meanwhile, a chunk of ice flies off a car in Virginia, and a semi's windshield it hit. Bike thief in Linwood is caught after an officer hitches a ride in a truck. A teen swims 4 hours to save family in Australia with no sharks around. Of all the luck. And a man has his boyfriend deported so he can steal their condo. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cop.
The top story, we go to South Korea, where a coffee shop turned into a horror scene. A man was seated alone at the shop just going about his business when suddenly a near 60-year-old woman and a 40-year-old man stormed into the building. They rushed the man and immediately restrained him using a rope and industrial tape. Now, before you think that this was just a random mugging, the two actually know the man in the shop, as they were his wife and son that stormed in. His wife was understandably upset with him, as it has come to light that the man had taken part in some extramarital affairs and was less than faithful to his wife. But her response didn't end with just tying him up. No. She then proceeded to pull a knife and stab her husband 50 times.
Damn.
Before using the blade to remove the bait and tackle, which she promptly flushed down the cafe toilet.
Oh.
Even more shocking,
She flushed my penis.
a trial ensued following the incident, as one would do. And before her formal sentencing, her now demanded husband actually spoke up for her, asking the court to show some leniency, which appeared to work, as she's just serving a modest 7 years in prison, and his son was also jailed for 4 years for his involvement.
Damn.
Imagine that. Look, that tells me he did it.
Oh, he definitely did it.
But imagine sitting there in court. You don't got anything down there anymore because it's gotten flushed down the doggone toilet.
It's removed with a knife.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're going to sit there and say, hey, you know what, guys? Go easy on her. She was upset.
She could file for divorce. There's a lot of things you can do without cutting off his penis.
Listen, call me petty,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to let that one go.
Well, like you said, I got a grudge.
Right.
I tried to bury the hatchet, but then I go to the bathroom and realize my penis has been cut off.
She buried my wang in the toilet.
It just brings the anger back, you know?
Just to think that I'm just surfing the sewers out there
Right.
somewhere.
A rat has eaten it.
About to say getting eaten by a doggone fish. In other news, you may have heard about the...
I don't know. I think even the fish are like, yo, man, I think somebody cut a man's penis off. That is some messed up stuff.
That's some infidelity tool right there. You may have heard about the severe storm taking place over the east side of the country. Now, Virginia, authorities are asking everybody to once again, what do we always say, Ted? Clear the snow off of your car before you drive.
Isn't it? Yeah, you have to.
You need
You're
to.
supposed to.
They shared a photo on social media that featured a box truck that was driving on the interstate when a chunk of ice flew off of the car in front of it and crashed through the windshield.
Jesus.
Now, the driver suffered minor cuts but was otherwise unharmed, though it's been stated that the situation could have been a lot worse, and the photo is proof. It looks like honestly, it looks like a 2x4 got rammed into the doggone windshield of that
Did
thing.
they catch the person who was driving the car where the ice came off?
I don't believe they did.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it's the thing like, hey, there's a reason why they ask you to do this. We're not being petty.
Right. Come look at this for a second there, Ted. This is the scene that we got there. Come on. Open it up. Open it up. Open it up. Buffer. It's moving. Look at that. That doesn't look like just regular ice. That's a sheet of ice that flew off.
I saw the
that
picture,
thing.
man. That thing was huge.
That thing spider-webbed all over the place. Like, this could have stabbed and killed the driver. Like, this, honestly, was an avoided fatality here. But they're asking everybody to take a minute and clean off their car before hitting the road, especially when it's ice on the top of your car, man.
Yes. They're still dealing with that. There's so much of that ice.
There is. There is. Right here at home in Linwood, a local officer caught a bike thief thanks to a local resident. Body cam footage was released of the officer chasing the bike on foot after the suspect made off with it, but as a bike can move quicker than feet, the suspect started building distance between the two. Enter our Good Samaritan, a local man in a truck that stopped to offer the officer a ride, which he took him up on. The officer jumped into the bed of the truck, and the two were able to chase down the suspect, and he was arrested after being found with $30,000 in active warrants.
If I'm the guy driving the truck, I'd be like, all right, now listen, I'm not a good Samaritan. There are 18 warrants out for my arrest.
Oh, no. Yeah, I need those expunged.
15 unpaid parking tickets in the hook a brother up.
I'm just thinking, it's kind of known that there are certain scenarios in guy culture that we wait for. That's one of them.
Hop in the back, we'll get him. Oh, hell yeah. Front the guy's bike. Nah, get in, dude. I got you.
No, I got a bone to pick with this one. But just in case those stories left a bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
To the waters off of Western Australia, where one young man is being hailed as a hero. The 13-year-old, was out with his mother and two younger siblings on a fun day out on the water with kayaks and paddleboards. Unfortunately, strong winds forced their kayak and paddleboards away from the shore, putting them in a perilous situation. The young man thought quickly and attempted to paddle back to land to raise the alarm, but his kayak began filling with water. So, against all instinct, he abandoned the kayak and set out to swim roughly 2 miles back into shore. After about 4 hours, he actually had abandoned his life jacket behind, believing that he would be able to swim better, and he did. He made it to shore and set off a rescue operation. A helicopter was dispatched that found his family clinging to the paddleboard, and they were brought back to safety. 4 hours this 13-year-old swam to get back to shore.
Tell me you're
wild.
Australian without telling me you're from Australia.
You know what? That's a fair call.
4 hours.
4 hours.
In Australia.
Even the sharks left him alone.
No kidding.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like in Australia, in the water for 4
Right.
hours.
With no life jacket. He's like, no, I can do better without it. And
I
just
got
went
it,
off.
mate.
That's right. Gonna get back in the
That's
shore.
frightening. Man, that kid, I'd be like, Mom, it doesn't matter what I do. You can never yell at me again about anything.
Never. Men's Room Sports. As we said, we got some college hoops on Peacock, FS1 on CBS Sports, pro basketball on CBS and Peacock. The Pro Bowl games are underway over on ESPN, and the Kraken are underway against the Ducks over on TNT and True TV. As far as your weather, should just be clouds and a low of 47 tonight. They're predicting a sunny 60-degree day tomorrow as well, so enjoy that. That's it for your headlines with that, Mike Hawkins.
Thank you, brother. We appreciate it. Hey, go to KISW.com. Secure those live night tickets while they're still available for you. Lovely Jolene's coming up in seconds.
Yes, indeed. It is all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
With comprehensive reports on local schools you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Curious about where a school ranks in the state? Look no further. Percentage of teachers in their first or second year? We've got it. Lowest student-teacher ratio? No problem. The best cafeteria lunch in the district for your 9-year-old food blogger? Would it surprise you if we said yes?
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Hiring isn't just about finding someone willing to take the job. It's about getting the right person with the right background who can move your business forward. And to find candidates who match what you're looking for, trust Indeed-sponsored jobs. Stop struggling to get your job post even seen on other sites. Give your job the best chance to be seen with Indeed-sponsored jobs. They help you stand out and hire quality candidates who can drive the results you need. Sponsored jobs boost your post for quality candidates, so you can reach the exact people you want faster. Join the 1.6 million companies that sponsor their jobs with Indeed. Spend more time interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Less stress, less time, more results now with Indeed-sponsored jobs. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to help get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/listen. Just go to Indeed.com/listen right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/listen. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Do it the right way with Indeed. It's always amazing to see how quickly your child grows. And I'm not just talking about their height. From those early babbles to full-on storytelling, getting to watch how their ideas, creativity, and confidence develop over the years is honestly pretty incredible. Sometimes they surprise you with what they come up with. And Lego bricks can be right there with them through all of those stages. It's not just a toy, it's a full creative building journey that keeps evolving as they do. Lego Sets Play starts as early as 1.5 with Lego Duplo, the bigger bricks designed for little hands that are just starting to explore and build. Then around age 4, kids transition to the smaller Lego bricks, and suddenly you're watching real structures take shape, real ideas form, and their imagination really take off. They begin with simple stacking, but over time they grow into full-on creators, building worlds, stories, and things you never would have expected. That's the kind of magic of Lego bricks. You're not buying a phase, you're starting a journey. Learn more and start building today with Lego bricks.
Roots. Where you're from matters. What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. And I may be from the East Coast, but my roots are deep here in Seattle. Over 20 years deep. Just like our pals at Pinky's Plumbing. They're rooted in Seattle, just like me. And speaking of roots, tree roots are the biggest danger to your sewers and cost you thousands. So let your hometown heroes, Pinky's, get to the root of your plumbing problems. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.